Before we move on, can I say the one thing that I'm different with than my parents? Like, it is a major difference.
Go on.
Like, my parents showed love in their own way. So they showed it, but it was in their own way, and it's a very bush, old-fashioned way. And I think, as much as I have that bush and old-fashioned style, I also have implemented more of a Western and soft. If this is the way you can call me, the soft parent. So I tell my daughter I love her every day from when she wakes up to before she goes. As I put her down to bed, it's like I put her down, I'll give her a hug. I tell her I love her. I tell her how important she is. I tell her how special she is. I tell her how intelligent and beautiful she is and everything. This is just every night before I put her to bed.
Yes.
Every single night, I'm reinforcing the beautiful black child she is.
No, that's beautiful.
So
I agree.
Whereas with my parents, it's
never got that.
You know what? Yeah,
it's a different kind of thing. We didn't get that.
God
Go
forbid.
and brush your teeth. do out.
What do you say?
Do our way and go to bed.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But
Now you're listening to the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to another episode of the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. This is number 72. Hashtag ESN pod on all your social medias, and you can find us at ESN podcast everywhere. I am Stavros Boss, your host. Nice to have you here. And in the room with me tonight, we have Simple Simon.
Bumbuckler midnight. That's the time. Simple Simon's in the building. While going.
Just a little bit after.
We have that actor.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, the actor. I have no monologue this week, so please excuse me.
Fucking, I was looking forward to that, bro.
he has no monologue. Stop. Not make you feel bad about it.
I'm making you feel bad, damn it. Shit.
We'll have one next week.
There you go.
We have Mr. Wolf.
What's going on, people? You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to give my church notes. I'm going to do it now. Catch me at Mr. Wolf, a.k.a. _Mr. Wolf. I'm going to do it now. Let me tell you why I'm going to do it now.
Yeah, we didn't even do it right, though. That's why I'm laughing.
It's weird. The reason why I'm going to do it now is because I've been told do it early so I can listen, so I can search you whilst I'm listening to the podcast, yeah?
Okay.
So at Twitter...
Which female told you this?
At Twitter.
A few of them. You can catch me on Twitter. Yeah, I'm making a real hash of this. You can catch me on Twitter on aka _Mr. Wolf and on Instagram aka Mr. Wolf. Yeah, allow the old man. It's all good.
You know what this message really is saying?
My
DMs is open.
Yeah, man. Nah, not so much the DMs. Just let me start to work on my social media a little bit more, especially the Twitter. You know. But anyway, Yoruba proverb. Generosity does not necessarily make one poor, nor does stinginess make one rich. Be generous. Wahala.
Talking about social media.
Be generous.
Why is it to me like I'm a stingy bastard?
No, because you're just giving me the look of what is this guy talking here.
Do you have that in Yoruba? Because a couple of people have, on social media have asked you, where's the Yoruba?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
the social media that you're trying to be interactive with.
Okay, to my Twitter people then, next week.
Cool. That's not a problem. No,
Yeah, man.
you didn't know.
Next
That's cool.
I hear that.
We have Big Wahala.
What's good, people? Big Wilders in the building.
The Mike Tyson of the podcast.
And we have another special guest on this week, and Simple Simon's going to do the introductions.
Whoa. Caught me off guard there.
Just don't do the one that he done last week.
No. It's the new Intercontinental World Champion.
It's over one or the other, by the way.
Yeah.
Have your Intercontinental or your World Champion.
No, you do them all.
The Ultimate Warrior was both.
Yeah, but they're
exactly.
two different belts, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway. Good friend of mine from a long time ago. An established artist, or as they say, creative. Because it's not just art that you finish at. Photography, filmmaking. What's the thing when you everyone's doing activism? There you go. Activism as well.
Yeah.
Everybody
doing it.
Everybody's doing it.
Okay.
doing it.
Okay, so I'm a bandwagon. Is saying?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Though.
It did sound like that, innit? I'm doing a Stavros on
Is
this
it not
intro.
activist?
Activist, yeah. What did I say?
Activism.
Jesus.
You done a Mr. Wolf.
Yes, sorry. An activist as well. It's Miss Fiona Compton.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, good morning, yeah.
But you do after midnight, you say so it's the morning.
Okay, cool.
Where are you from, Fiona?
From London, how you mean?
Yeah, you do sound like a Cockney, don't ya?
In it.
She's hiding from the Windrush lot. We're from London.
Ooh, yeah, man. Born and bred. How you mean?
She's hiding under the bench.
Did you just say butter?
I said butter. Could you pass the water? Eh?
That sounded more Nigerian than it did English.
Pass the water.
I am St. Lucian.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the accent.
Get your papers.
Big up the
Long
75.
time.
Is it 756?
758.
758.
What's
758.
that? The prison number.
You don't know about them postcodes.
It's a postcode.
Area code.
758.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He asked if I get my papers. I married a white man about 14 years ago.
Wow. You got it ready.
You did it the real way.
Huh?
That's
The real way, you
That's the
know.
way you get them papers.
How
bro.
you mean? I collect him by the beach in St. Lucia. You know?
I do love the accent. Flipping it.
Do you ever get
Your accent had trouble, you know.
objectified for your accent?
Huh?
Do you ever get?
Objectified?
Yes.
Well, I guess people say, "Oh my God, I love your accent. Why you never change it?"
Why?
Or what? Yeah, because I've been living here for 18 years.
Yeah, but there's some of them accents there, they don't leave, man.
But why am I changing my accent? I speak English.
No, I'm not saying you should change it. I'm just saying it never leaves. Just some people's accent is just how they are. They're gonna forever have that accent forever.
Right, but I'm just saying. People say, "Oh, how come you haven't lost your accent?" But I'm like, but I grew up speaking English. I've come to a country. I am speaking English. What am I to change exactly?
That's true.
Right. So.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, you tell him.
God damn it.
All right. MuteRKelly
You went straight in, boy.
and his removal from Spotify. What are we talking about with this? All right. So for those of you that don't, I still don't know what the MuteRKelly thing is actually. Do any of you actually know what MuteRKelly is? The hashtag MuteRKelly movement is.
I don't know.
Is it a movement?
I don't know about
Or
the
to
hashtag.
mute him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, it's kind of self-explanatory. The hashtag kind of no.
I think
Just never talk about him.
no, like to remove his because
His music.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the debates has always been about his music, innit? Because we're saying like people are like, oh, R. Kelly's a molester now, but do you still listen to his old music?
Yeah,
kind of
mute
thing?
the thing.
And this is something that we spoke about very early in
Yeah.
our podcast that we're not going to do R. Kelly
Erase
anymore.
the
And
thing.
now they're just starting to pick up on it. We are ahead of our time, guys.
Yeah. So Spotify have said we are no longer going to be playing,
R.
or
Kelly
you can no longer get
No,
R.
you
Kelly
can't.
music.
No.
In there?
Kelly's
No.
music
Yeah.
is still
No.
there.
They're
They're not going to direct you to it. They're not
No, they
gonna-
deleted it. No,
No,
They
No,
deleted
they're not
it.
deleted it.
I'm sure I read today that they're actually now going to delete the thing.
Let me have a look because
Yeah.
Mr. Wolf has got Spotify. Yeah,
Because if it's
Are you-
not deleted, then it's just bullshit, in my opinion. So it's
Spotify
just a
has
favor.
removed R. Kelly from its playlists
yeah,
Oh.
and for untargeted advertising.
as part of a
Yeah.
new hate and content and hateful conduct policy.
So if you search for it, you can still find it. Which is
But
why
then they've also said, sorry, go on.
which is why I thought this whole thing was bullshit. I read it and I was thinking, why are you lot out here trying to behave like you're doing something for the movement and you're not really doing anything? Because they're saying, all right, we won't direct you to it no more, but we ain't taking it off of our servers. We're not taking it off of our database. So if you want to find it, you can go look for it.
We're just not going to tell you where it is. We're not gonna
No,
tell
but
you
let's
how to
think
find
what's really being said here. All right, we know that there's a paedophile out there, and we know that he's got content that's going out to the world. But you know, we're not going to stop him from doing that. But if you want to find his content, you can go and find.
But he
his
hasn't been
content.
convicted of the paedophile
Yeah,
Well,
but they've also said
So why are
he's-
they taking off his music then?
because people are saying mute R. Kelly.
Well, I don't know what they're talking. I don't know if it's US bound or whatever, but R. Kelly is still on Spotify.
No, but he's not in the playlist. So in other words, you know that most of the thing that Spotify deal with is that playlist business.
Oh,
I don't-
like you mean like the radio?
I don't-
I
Yes,
think
yes,
It's,
yes,
it's,
yes,
it's got to be the radio because I can put him on my playlist. I think.
No.
Let's just stick with radio. You know, you're old.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, old man. So yeah.
Their own curated playlists.
They have created playlists.
Yes. I know that.
Yeah, so like
He's
I guess you can call it a
he's on
radio.
my
yeah.
Yeah,
playlist.
yeah, but if I wanted to put him on my playlist, I could do that.
That's not what they're saying. They're removing
Yeah,
it from.
but I'm saying what
He's
I
on my
can do.
wireless.
What's wrong with you, man?
You just ain't know my wireless. Nah.
I'm just telling you what I can do.
We,
Innit?
we know what you can do.
Yeah,
No
so
problem.
that's what I'm saying. So whether they're removing him from the playlist or the radio or whatever, it doesn't stop anybody.
My name
J.R. Hartley.
It doesn't stop anybody from putting him on to their playlist.
That is very true. Yes,
That's all I was saying.
Wind up radio.
And crank it. A representative from Spotify did say his content isn't harmful or hateful or hate-ish. They just don't like putting him out there because his music celebrates love of women and love of people.
Okay, so hear that. So if Adolf Hitler, they discovered an album that Hitler recorded in his bunker or whatever, and it's
That would be
beautiful.
That'd be
Fire.
a bad man mixtape, you know.
Right.
It was fire.
Fire in the booth.
So they should
Fire in the concentration camp.
Oh my god.
literally. Oh God.
and for all of our supporters for the last 7.5 years, we thank you for tuning in. We are gonna put the just close
What's
sound
wrong?
back
That
now.
was wild, bro. That was wild. Oh my god, I'm sweating.
If you don't find us next week, you know why.
I am actually sweating.
Hitler's Polish love songs.
No, come on.
You don't know where we are. We're right around the corner from, you know what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
Where's that thing?
Boy.
You know,
Stamford Hill? Is it
That's
Stamford Hill?
all.
No, but
Stamford
he's saying that though. He's saying that.
Hill.
Keeping with the Hitler thing.
Hold on, you should shut up, finish,
He's
man.
paint. Okay, go on.
Go on.
No, I was just saying, like, okay, if Hitler they found some lost tapes, and it's like amazing singing, it's beautiful, beautifully composed, beautiful voice, singing the most amazing things.
Are they in
So
the-
you're gonna say, you're gonna go and buy Hitler music?
Somebody would buy it, and the same way they bought his paintings. Because remember, he used to be an artist, isn't it? And it was like a lot of people bought his paintings.
True.
Yeah, he
So
was
they'll
an
do it.
artist.
People will do it because it's
It's
not-
hype.
novelty,
Yeah.
yeah, novelty.
Yeah, it'll be something like that. But I don't know, man. With the R. Kelly thing, I don't think people can stop anyway. Because I was at a wedding the other day, and they played more R. Kelly songs than they played everything else.
R. Kelly's got bangers, bruv.
That's the thing.
That's
It's hard.
That's the problem.
It's
He's got
hard.
bangers, bro.
I don't really like
He
R.
has
Kelly
got
music.
bangers.
I don't really like R. Kelly music. Apart
Yeah,
from
but-
the best song I like from R. Kelly is probably Ignition. That's the only song I really like from him. So I don't need R. Kelly in my life.
the thing
There's
that-
no way that's the only song you really
No,
like.
the
from
problem
him.
with R.
I
Kelly
really like.
is-
Yeah, it is.
Do you know
What
what?
about
You know what the
Fiesta?
problem with R. Kelly's music is? It was at such a pivotal time in our lives, yeah, that it actually forms a memory of like
Of a time.
Of a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the problem with his music.
Nah,
Whether you like it or
shoot
not.
him in the
you get
foot,
me?
man. I've got no time for R.
No,
Kelly.
no, yeah,
Yeah,
you
but,
shoot
no,
him in
yeah,
the
but
foot.
nobody has.
Listen, it was the theme song to some of our summers.
So listen,
Some of your
trust
summers.
me.
I wasn't that old for
shoot
this.
him in the foot. But if an R. Kelly tune is playing in the background,
You will step.
it will take you so long to realize what God.
summertime.
I know that it's R. Kelly straight.
Is that an R. Kelly
Good
song?
to me. Summertime, summertime.
I don't know what he's singing.
And all the ones that he wrote for.
Yeah, that's-
Are you gonna stop
where-
listening
that's where
to
it gets
Aaliyah's
deep.
first album?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't have Aaliyah's first album.
You're gonna stop listening to all these other things, all the stuff he produced.
It's
true.
That's a tough
Changing
question,
faces, bruv.
Where
I
does
don't
it
have that
stop?
album either.
Yeah, but we know you don't care about it, bruv. But,
I'm
but we're
saying,
talking about the masses. The masses still.
being real.
get
So even if
feel
Spotify say mute R. Kelly,
man.
what about the stuff he's produced?
But it's not
and
just
other people he's
Spotify.
worked for?
Everyone's saying mute R. Kelly. Like it was the celebrities that was going around saying mute R. Kelly.
Boy,
Like yeah, what's her name? Ava. I can't even pronounce it.
Ava Mendes.
Ava DuVernay, is it?
Duvernay.
DuVernay. Yeah, she was the one that I saw
Ava
started
DuVernay.
off. And then I saw people like Kerry Washington doing it. Like enough people were just doing it. A lot of celebrities.
But why now is my question.
Because they came out with that new program, I think that the BBC came
that
out with.
BBC documentary has gone over to the States. I think they saw it a couple of weeks after us, and they're like, oh my god, it's hit me. I just now remembering what he done. I haven't seen the thing still.
I haven't seen it.
I don't need to see that to know that R. Kelly's a dirty bastard.
Clearly it meant something because everyone that's watched it is like, if they let him slide before,
They're letting him slide.
they're not letting him slide anymore.
And then
And if they didn't know, they know now. And
his publicists all left him in it.
But once again,
Yeah, everyone's still walking away from.
has he even been charged of anything?
No,
He will be though. He will be.
it's
I
gonna
don't-
come now. It's
The
gonna
reason
come.
why I'm saying that is because of the movement of all of the power figures around. They know
Yeah.
when to move, innit? Like the same thing happened with my man. What's it called? Tiger Woods. When the endorsements and everything moved away from him, you see that he crumbled. He's never reached that ascendancy again. When those power people who are around you start moving, that's it, bro. It's just a matter
I
of
don't
time.
think that R. Kelly is as prominent as he was. I don't think he's gonna get charged for anything.
You not hear what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, I hear you, but I don't.
The
I don't
man that
think.
moved away. The only reason why they do that is for to defend against collateral damage.
Yeah, but still the
I
same
can't
thing.
see
His
that
music will be
happening, man.
timeless anyway. No matter what
I don't think nothing's
you
gonna
decide
happen.
to do about him or say about him, his music's still gonna live on, and people are gonna play it.
It
and people
does
are
make
gonna
you
dance to
wonder.
it.
I agree. It does make you wonder why Jay-Z pulled out of that tour as well.
No, that was to do with something else. Got nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay. Well, you might have seen this.
The
guy's a
planets have
perv,
aligned, boy.
Listen, what I'll say about Jay-Z, you're saying it's to do something else, but Jay-Z seems to know when to back out from people. But
Yeah,
he did it with
knows.
Kanye, he's done it with
Mm,
R. Kelly. Like, once people get a bit shady, he's like, you know what? He's got no. I'm not gonna use the word loyalty. It's like, I understand that my brand and my, even if it's like my what's the word when you know,
Your integrity.
yeah, my integrity is too much to be around you anymore. Laters.
Well, you know what they say, that people around you, some people are there just for a season. You know what I mean? So maybe Kanye was there for a season.
But a season, he helped him out, boy.
Yeah.
That was a good season.
It was a very
Plenty
good
of money in
season.
his pocket.
And that's how it is. Some people come in to benefit your life for a little while, and then you got to move on.
I love that meme. Jay-Z is at a dinner table with his daughter.
Yeah.
And then the writing underneath is, Daddy, why don't we speak to like Uncle Kanye anymore? He's like, that's not your uncle, baby. Eat your food.
No, he said like his Uncle Tom.
But
Did
this
he
is
say
what
his Uncle Tom?
No.
this is
That-
what
that's not
I'm
your uncle.
thinking, because I'm feeling like Jay-Z and Beyonce are taking one path where they're trying to be like all activists and whatever, and like the fact that Kanye is there with
Kim.
Kim is like completely the opposite of what they are trying to represent, what Jay-Z and Beyonce are trying. So why would you still associate yourself with that? Because Kim is the epitome of white trash.
Oh dear.
God damn.
Yes.
Yes.
How what is the epitome of white trash? What are the ingredients that lead to a white trash pie?
There you go.
Armenian trash.
The white trash pie?
Yeah, is it how you dress, how you talk, the way you conduct yourself? Is it just because she flashes her boob? Does that make her white trash?
No.
Her boob.
No.
Her boob.
Her one boob, right?
Yes, just
no,
one.
No.
When you start calling your daddy mommy.
Well, you know what it is that, okay, no. There are many...
On one today.
There-
On
That
one today.
actor is on it today.
There are many variations of white trash, okay?
All right.
But the Kim's version is, well, that we're talking about like cultural appropriation. She epitomizes cultural appropriation, right?
Okay.
The whole fact that she has used black people as a stepping stone to her success, from Ray J,
Hashtag Ray J.
right? And then
He hit it first.
and her just taking like the sexual elements that are taken from a black woman by getting that big ass and making that popular in her fad, and that's a stepping stone to making her successful. And then now getting married to Kanye and all that kind of business.
So using
Yeah,
cultural appropriation is part of white trash.
yeah, in my opinion.
Okay.
Using the black culture to elevate yourself, and I would co-sign that somewhat.
Yeah, but like I said, there are many different versions of white trash.
What's black trash?
That's a good question.
R. Kelly.
He's just trash, just full stop.
Yeah, well, he's one of us, innit? So we have to give him the black.
It's true. You got to claim them good or bad, boy.
But yeah, I'm all for the mute R. Kelly thing. I'm all for the removal of the music. But then there's a lot of people have said already, if you remove it, you have to then start saying, what about all the rest of them that's doing what they're doing? That's chatting all the crud, as they like to call it. Why we're not removing them?
And when you're removing him without him being charged with anything
Yeah.
as well. It's
But-
just accusations.
But it links to like the what's it called, innit?
Oh, boy.
The same thing they did with Bill Cosby and removing of the Oscar thing, innit? Because he got removed from the Oscar something. I forgot
Bill
what it was.
Cosby and Roman Polanski.
Yeah, they got,
I
Bill got
think
removed
wasn't it
from-
the
Hall of Fame
where
or
they
something.
put the, I don't know, their handprint or
No,
the
no, no,
star?
no,
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 that's
no.
the Hollywood Walk
like
of Fame.
going to the Oscars and all
Yeah,
that.
no,
kind of
they
thing.
got
They
removed
removed
from
from the
the
Oscars Hall of Fame.
Academy. Yeah, they got removed from the
So
Academy.
they got removed from that because of obviously what happened. They removed Bill real fast.
Yeah, but
Now,
this is
guy,
the
the
problem.
Roman guy's been doing his thing for bit.
That's what I was about to say.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Roman
That was
Polanski.
1977. No, he was when he was convicted.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I just found
And he,
out
bust,
that
and he left.
He was
like-
never convicted.
but
No, okay.
either way,
He was charged.
He was charged with molesting a 14-year-old. Then he went to Europe to abscond from the police, right? But the man continued making films. He made The Pianist, which won an Oscar in 2003,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Americans continued working with him
It's true.
and revering him and nominating him and giving him Oscars. So how is it now in 2018? Like, oh yeah, and Roman Polanski
they
as
just
well.
thought,
As if
you know when somebody takes a bullet in it, he had to take the bullet for the darkie because what happened was they said, we need to get rid of Bill Cosby, but if we just get rid of Bill Cosby and all of these others have done what they've done, they're gonna be uproar. Me too, me too, me too, me too. Let's just have somebody take the bullet. So they just gave him the bullet in it.
It'd be hard for them to get rid of Bill Cosby if it's the first time they've done it and not get rid of Roman.
Polanski.
People look at them and it's like, so all this time you've had Roman there and he's actually been charged. He admitted, because with him, like Fiona said, it was dealing with a 13-year-old. I don't know how old he was at the time.
He was in Jack
40.
He's in Jack Nicholson's
He
house.
was 40.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
The
so
man is 84 now.
okay, so he's a big old man dealing with a 13-year-old. Was charged, admitted to it. So it's not like and he said, you know what, like Fiona said, yeah, latest to you, and then gone.
How about Woody Allen?
Woody
Allen's
Allen
still there.
didn't do anything illegal. He did something immoral.
Woody Allen's still there.
Didn't he marry his daughter? His stepdaughter.
His stepdaughter.
That's not illegal.
Morgan Freeman
it's
too.
It's immoral. Yeah, Morgan Freeman's done it. You're gonna be switching at Morgan Freeman.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Morgan Freeman married his stepdaughter.
What did Morgan Freeman do?
Old
Fiona?
bastard.
Was it his stepdaughter or was it?
No,
His stepdaughter.
Morgan
Yeah, he
Freeman, I think,
married
was
his
stepdaughter.
stepdaughter,
Wasn't
the
the
mum
thingy?
dead?
Was it the adopted daughter or was it stepdaughter?
Is the mum dead?
One of them. No.
The mum's still there.
Yeah.
Jeez, hombre.
So I think what's the white dude's
I
name
can't
again
look
that we
at
just
that guy
mentioned?
the same way.
He
Roman
can't be
Polanski.
playing God.
No,
Rose
the
anymore.
one
Allen.
Woody Allen was it his stepdaughter or his adopted daughter?
It's
Is it
adopted.
adopted?
daughter.
I think it's adopted daughter.
Adopted
Yeah,
daughter.
and I
From
think
like Thailand or something like that.
so.
Something so he not lying though.
No surprise, isn't it? So and I think what's the black dude now? The
Mail
old one?
order stepdaughter.
Bill Cosby.
No, the older one.
Morgan Freeman.
Well, he seems like he's older, isn't it?
Morgan Freeman.
God, yeah. I think his
lesbian.
one was his stepdaughter. I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Bun R. Kelly.
And bun them too as well.
No,
And
but Bun R.
Roman
Kelly-
Polanski is actually complaining. He wants to sue
them, yeah.
He wants to
He
sue
wants
the
to
Academy.
counter sue, yeah.
Can you imagine that?
That's white privilege right there.
Yeah. How dare you? I ran out of the country and I'm in hiding now. You can't go to X amount. It's only like I think there's like 70 countries you can't go to because it'll have to get turfed. So you can never come to the UK, for instance.
There's
Yeah,
100
they tried to expedite him, but the Polish government told the US no.
195 different countries in the world. You can't go to 80 of them. He's got enough places to go to.
Listen, that's that privilege right there, boy. You know, we was talking about something before the podcast started, you know.
What was that?
Remember we was talking about, that's it, we were talking about black BDSM and white BDSM.
Oh, yeah.
And how they differ.
Yeah.
And then we went on to the question. I think Simple was asking the question and we're still asking the podcast. I don't want to forget it. Because I said, how do you think it feels for white men that have big dick to be walking around with people thinking that they automatically have small dick because they're white men?
Yeah.
And then you asked you got to ask the question about something to do with having 2 billion and having small dick.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Go on. Remember
So
the thing.
the question I was going to ask was, or what I was going to suggest was that I think that somebody would, if they had a choice between having 2 billion and a small dick and 1 billion and a big dick, most people would take the 1 billion.
I would take the 1 billion though.
Yeah, man.
1 billion is a lot of money, bro.
All right, then spin that. Let's take the
100,000.
No.
Yeah,
Let's
500,000.
let's-
Hold on. Fiona,
Mhm.
what would you want your man to choose
What would I want my man to choose?
out of those two?
A big dick and the smaller money.
Okay.
It's only 1 billion is a lot of money.
Okay,
you know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's 100,000. That's
Can you
more.
change?
Yeah,
Can you change the money? Same situation, but let's change the money. So
Yeah.
one is a lot different.
Yeah, my scales were off. Let's say like, let's make it realistic. Let's say like 1 million for the top number, and then the bottom number is like 250,000.
Yeah, man. 250.
Take
Yeah,
250
that's
and-
still
Yes,
not
we'll
enough.
invest that money. Listen, no, that's good money.
You ain't giving
No.
nothing.
You can flip that money. If you
How
have,
small is the dick?
No.
Yeah,
no,
that's
you
a
have
very
to.
good
No, you have to
question.
make it out like the money is not so valuable. So rather than the 250,000, which he's all happy with, why don't we go with a cool 50 grand, 100 grand, maybe.
50 grand and a big dick over
So,
a billion and
you
a
see?
small one.
You see it there?
1 million, not a billion.
Let's say 10 million, big dick.
But
50,000, no, 500,000.
500,000 is
Small
still enough, isn't
But
it?
there's still, but you're still missing 900 and
Fiona's clearly not looking at it like that.
You lot all
9 million
forgetting
and
about,
five.
you lot
Clearly
all forgetting
looking-
about cosmetic surgery. Yeah?
Yeah.
If you have the small amount of money and a big amount of money and a little dick, I can go just get cosmetic surgery.
But
Shout out Kanye.
the money you're putting forward,
I did it for
you're
you.
looking at like UK terms. I'm looking like if I have 50 G's, I'm taking that money and
Back
going
home.
somewhere else. I'm God and I'm nice with that money. So
That's what I'm saying, Wala. You're looking at it like you're losing out on
That's what I'm saying.
950,000.
So let's go.
I
so
think
let's-
she's like, I'm losing out on 7 inches.
So let's go.
as my life is.
So let's
I think
go with the 50 grand.
I think as men, it don't matter
Okay,
what
go for the
situ-
50 grand
I think as men, I don't know what situation it would be. They're always going to choose the bigger dick situation.
Are you sure?
I think
50
so.
grand.
If somebody
and a
told
million?
me 9.5 million over the 10 whatever thousand that you're telling me, my dick will be small, mate.
I'm married with child already, but she's gonna have to just deal with what she. I'll take that money.
I'm taking the money, fam.
And look, my job.
You know what I do?
My job is to
You know
provide
what
for
I
my
do?
child, innit?
I'll roll the notes into a penis on top of my extra penis and use that as an extension cord.
Well, you know what? The money can buy you a new big dick. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I'll use a dildo for her, man. I'll say, look, that's she goes.
Why are you doing the hand motion?
Bruv, I'll put it with the hand. I'll use my hand.
Can we set with a figure? Because I actually want to send this question out on social media. I want answers. I want a reasonable figure that you
50
can send
grand,
out.
man.
50 grand is not
50 grand is
enough.
nothing, man.
Exactly, bruv.
Right.
Nah, come on, man.
No, I don't think most women are gonna take the 50 grand over.
Exactly.
Over
I'm
big.
more interested
That's what I
in what
said.
the women think.
1 million small dick, 10 million big dick.
But 1 million, you can do
That's
so
what I'm
much.
saying,
with that.
1
Five-
million.
Okay, 500,000. 500,000.
Oh,
then.
it's still a lot
do
of
so
money,
much.
man.
You can
Nah,
open your own business.
You man
you
are
can be-
thinking from a male point of view. You need to listen to the woman. You get me?
Is big dick that special though? What if this?
Bruv, I told you when it comes.
What about
when
big
it comes-
hand?
When it comes down to the bare bones of it,
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
as much as money in our society is a big thing, the dick is something, bruv.
Yeah.
I don't know how the dick is.
Hold on, can we let the lady? Because
We
you
don't
you
want
said
to.
yeah,
Hello,
man.
not every time, every night. I had to be quinted for my life for me to feel something. You know, sometimes I just want to lie down and take it. You know, right?
Quinted
Every-
for my life.
You see it there?
That's all I'm saying.
But as I'm saying, sometimes I just want to lie down and take it and enjoy
Oh,
it.
oh.
Every time I have to be working hard.
Yes, damn it. I'm not gonna say
That's
yes.
an advert right there. Fiona, that's an advert.
So
Thank
You know, sometimes in the morning I don't want to be quinted. I just want to lie down and take it.
How you mean? Every time I have to quint to
So,
feel something.
I use big dick.
For when you want quinting.
What you mean?
are you saying that when the girth is bigger, you it's easier for you to enjoy it?
It's easier, and if I do quint, the feeling is even stronger because it's more like friction, like there's more thing to grab onto.
So are there times where you just don't do it? Is a woman meant to be having sex and not quint?
Yeah,
Women don't
Yeah,
quint all
man.
the time.
What do
You
you
can't
mean?
quint the whole time.
How can you somebody be quinting every 5 minutes?
Okay, explain to me what quinting is then. 'Cause I thought it was the tightening up
That's
the
when-
muscles.
Yeah, you
is.
you're
That's when they
squeezing.
grab the dick, boy.
So isn't that your job as a
That's
woman
when they
do
grab
when,
the
when the
dick.
man is...
Isn't that your job? as the woman?
Your wife is a very skilled woman.
Is it? Because that's hard, bruv.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like for a woman to do
Try
it.
it. Try and clench your
Hold
ass
on.
cheek
No, forget
Thank you.
for a long period of time.
forget clenching the cheek.
Clench
yeah?
it and
do
let
you,
go.
Do you not do it with your own penis?
What?
yeah, but
Can you not do it?
yeah, not
What?
for, not,
Pulsate?
yeah, but not,
Yeah, but that's
the word.
different though.
Why is it different?
Oh.
But
What?
you're doing
Is
it the
not
whole time you're having sex?
yeah, I can't
I
do
don't
that.
know because it doesn't make that much of a
No,
difference.
you quint
When
intermittently.
you're still in, when you're not pumping,
Yeah,
then that's something in it. But if you're drumming forward and backwards, it's not really making that much of a difference.
of
is it?
course it is.
What?
Of
No,
course
look,
it is.
a woman
You lot are going on
clenches
like it's
the
giving you
poontang.
venom.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the man, not the woman.
Yeah, of course it is.
Bruv.
Yeah.
Is it?
What? When you're pulsating while you're going in and
It
out?
swells, bruv.
Yeah. How much difference does it make?
No, I'm
It
not.
makes a lot of difference.
Maybe I took that big
You
money
missed
then
that
because
lesson.
Yeah, you got too much money.
You lot pass out, boy.
I can't feel my face.
You're gonna pass out. Keep
Serious, I can't feel my face. Sometimes I can't feel my face.
it's like you took cocaine when you're
yeah,
banging.
yeah. Just like that.
Okay,
Just
but
like that.
on a level though, on a level,
Okay.
yeah. We're being real now, yeah. If the man is licking pussy enough, yeah,
Yeah.
the woman's taking the money. I can't say I'm not taking the money.
No.
It's a different. It's a difference. isn't
Once
it?
again,
No,
you're thinking from a male perspective.
I'm thinking
bruv.
from money perspective, bro.
Now you need to listen to the woman.
Niger-
No, but
Niger-
licking
Nigerians
pussy is
are
not
taking the
enough,
money.
though.
Listen
See?
to
It's
what
an
she's
added
saying.
bonus, but when you do it after a while, sometimes we just want to sit on a dick, you know. Not
That's what
every
I'm
time we
saying.
want foreplay and all of that.
That's
So
what
you
I'm
just want to
saying.
sit on a
They
big
want-
fat dick. That's all you
Yeah,
want.
but
So you don't need no bells, no
Then
whistles.
you can bring the thing in it. You can bring the dildo.
No,
Listen,
she
listen.
wants no frills dick. Can you just leave her alone?
Innit, man? A quick save
Yeah.
dick.
Yeah, exactly. And
Quick
she-
save
No
dick, you know.
stripes, man. No stripes.
Quick
Yeah,
save
man.
dick, you know.
Yeah, man. Quick
Let's
save
Tesco.
dick.
Tesco's
No,
finest.
no,
That's
no
why-
frills. No frills.
That's
baby.
why those women who have their rich husband with small dick will go and find some man
The
with
gardener.
no money.
You're the big dick.
Yeah, with her big dick.
To go
And
and
take
please
it.
them.
And
That's
she
what I'm
will
saying.
love that man
But
and
she-
she'll
but
fall
she-
in love and all
And
that. Want to
she'll
leave.
give her husband's money to the man
Oh,
with no money.
thank you.
Yep.
Mr.
feel
Wolf
me?
is properly on this thing, innit?
Nah, I just know. I know how they think, man.
Fiona
Yes.
said, "Oh, I don't want that to go unnoticed."
Mr. Wolf is a purveyor of Desperate Housewives, isn't it?
No, but we spoke about this a little while ago. Remember about the doctor that wasn't doing his. That I said he obviously is not doing his
I
woman.
remember
right.
where
You get
me?
the dilemma
When you're
thing.
finessing the woman properly, man. Listen,
If a
there
woman
ain't
told you
nothing
that your
going
dick was small, would it upset you?
Ooh.
No, because
If she said she enjoyed the sex, I enjoy the sex, but your penis is small.
I've enjoyed sex with a man with a small penis. Yeah.
What are we
You can't-
classifying as
it's-
small penis now?
Is it small by comparison, or is it small just because it's small?
Do you know what?
By comparison to who?
Well, it's got to be by comparison, isn't it?
To other people or to other things you've seen.
to OPP.
So we're talking
Yeah,
about
you know, I done that there.
black men only. Are we bringing the dynamics of a white dick into this?
Whatever dick is dick.
comparatively.
Dick is dick, innit?
So what's small?
It's not, but it is.
I was about
What
to
was
say,
it- what was
apparently
it-
it's not.
What would you classify as small?
In terms, I need a ruler or something, a point of reference.
Oh,
You know what I was watching earlier on
How
today?
about
Sorry,
the
I was watching
microphone?
Vlad TV and
How about the microphone?
One at a
Oh,
time. one
oh,
at a time.
oh, yeah, okay.
Mhm. Sorry, bro. What are you looking at me
Okay,
for?
so say that girth of this microphone right here is small.
It's small.
Really somebody.
The girth, yeah.
Which bit?
the girth?
girth.
Girth,
My
man.
girth, man.
What's wrong
The
with you?
width, the
You
circumference.
look at me like I don't
Yeah,
know.
but you
man.
went all the way to the middle. What about the front?
The front,
That's
The
the
head.
length,
That's
man.
the head.
that's well, not okay. But say this was a girth of a dick from there. Then medium.
What kind of dick you taking? I'm asking for real because
Nice, it's good. Like it's good. It's good and manageable. That
Anyway,
girth is there.
I've already been put to shame in my past. I don't even.
It good, it manageable.
Yeah,
So,
it's good. It's good.
Actor, what were you saying?
Good.
I was saying because I was watching a couple of interviews on Vlad TV today, and they was talking about dick size for porn stars.
And you carried on watching?
Of course, I carried on watching.
Okay,
I need to
carry
know
on.
these things.
Are
So-
you got anything for?
No. Well,
Yeah.
no, they was talking to one of the porns. I was asking about dick size. What dick size is relative for you, what you can handle? One of the artists, I can't remember her name.
Artists, you know.
Yes.
Artists.
Man said
Actors.
artists.
They're
Innit?
artists.
Creative.
Alright.
So they were talking about like fist to fist, right? So I was gonna relate that to you in fist terms. How many?
I took my length.
Length.
Okay, no, you know,
Okay,
I
okay.
think men think that you need to have a long dick. No,
It's the girth, innit?
sometimes it's too long and all up in your belly. It hurts.
'Cause
It's,
the
it's
average-
more about width for us.
So
Width of-
But
isn't
us or you? I think everyone's different, isn't it?
no, because isn't it the average length of a vagina is only 6 inches, right? So any more than 6 inches, it's gonna be painful.
Yeah, because you're reaching. Yeah,
Hey,
Bruv, where have you been in life?
yeah, man. Like the woman shot.
He's been getting beaten.
the woman shoot.
the womb,
Oh, the womb.
right? The cervix.
He said Stab has been getting beaten. Stab is defeated, bro.
Oh, good. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so
Tap out, man, tap out.
length is not really a thing. It's more about
It's more about
the girth.
girth.
Nah,
Yeah.
but them man must be pissed though, man.
I felt like I had superpowers the day it happened. The day a woman did 2 hands. I said, yes,
Okay.
I've achieved in life.
I don't
That,
care.
that come like Superhead the first
So
time.
you
I
see,
see
you have a
woman
long
do
dick.
that.
I'm not saying that. I didn't say that at all.
You like Tyrone? Is that Tyrone? Say I'm going to show you this long.
Fucking hell. No, I did not say that.
Nah, it's
No, on any level, she told you though. If it was small, would you be upset?
not really because I know it's not really. So
But she's telling you though.
Yeah, but if she's telling you,
She said to you, Mr. Wolf.
boy, you know
She
what?
said to you, Mr. Wolf.
You know what? Some
I
men are
liked
like.
it, you know.
You know
I
what's-
liked it, bruv. But and she called you bruv as well. I liked it, bruv. But it's a bit small.
You know what some men are like? So long as they burst, they don't care.
This man and his person.
Are you one of them men though? I don't take you for one of them men.
Wow. Well,
Man's
you have
about
your
ego,
moments.
man.
back in the day, you know.
When I was young.
What would you say?
If she told me I had a small dick,
Yeah.
slap her.
Boy.
Okay, so we've
That's
got
a bit
we've had
extreme. It's like
we've had
what?
we've had
My big dick.
anti-Semitism. We've had abuse from. What's the matter with you today, bro?
I'm on one today, innit?
Yeah, but okay. What's the real answer?
no, if I'd say it is what it is.
You know, you'll zip your trousers up and you'll leave.
Yeah.
And be happy that you.
Hold on,
burst.
she's not insulting you. She's saying it's
She's
small.
just telling you that the dick is small.
Did she say that she enjoys the sex as well?
She said it was alright.
Okay, then so be it. Then. Oh, hold on. All right. No. It can't just be all
You'd
right.
counter by saying, well, your pussy's big.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
That's just so
That's
juvenile.
tick for tat rubbish, man.
Yeah, but
Tit
that's
for tat in the
yeah, but
building,
that-
innit?
Yeah, but that's your team petty, though, isn't it? Simple.
Yeah.
It's not Tuesday, bruv.
My penis is
By
small.
the time it comes out, it will.
Yeah, but she
your
just said,
vagina's just like a hole.
yeah, you can say that your vagina. You she said, you say to her vagina's big, and she just says, well, next man filled it. That's the end of you, really, isn't it?
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
True.
Okay, well, would y'all tell a woman if you felt like her pussy wasn't tight enough?
Nah, well, that's not a conversation I'm having.
No man is saying that
No man.
unless they're vindictive.
Yeah.
Shout out
no.
that.
Hold on, though.
I think you. Sorry, you've always. Well, I have mentioned that it has been tight,
No,
as
not
opposed
tight.
to not being tight. But you know, you go and you're trying to get in. Like,
No, the other way around.
yeah, I know, but you would never say that.
That's what I just said.
And I'm
So if
saying
you
it as
wasn't,
well.
if you
God damn
wasn't
it.
being pleasured by a woman's vagina, you wouldn't say anything.
I wouldn't say anything.
I don't think. Maybe I haven't been around. It's not even maybe. I haven't been around that much in life that I've met a woman with a vagina so large that it brings me no pleasure.
I think some women out there got
I've
tunnel
been with-
vaginas.
I've been with women that their performance doesn't bring any pleasure.
Would you tell them?
Yeah, one of them I told her whilst I was doing it.
What was wrong with her performance?
I don't. It just wasn't meant to be. That's how I'll put it. We were better as friends, but whilst we were banging, it was like the sex was rubbish. So I wasn't blaming her. I was just saying the sex was rubbish.
Like the chemistry
So,
and everything.
Yeah. So it wasn't her. It wasn't me. It was just.
But
was
you just said it
bro.
was her performance.
It was you, man.
Well, okay. I'll take it back. Well, the idea I got is, have I ever told somebody that the sex was bad at the time? And so that's the example I've brought. There's women that have had bad sex, and no, I haven't told them. The ones that their sex was actually rubbish, I've never told them.
What quantifies as rubbish?
Just it's not doing nothing. You're not gonna give head. Rubbish, man. Your waste. Any girl that says they ain't giving head, yeah. No, man. They're rubbish. Okay, let me ask you, man.
Salute DJ Khaled.
Women that say they're not giving head, yeah, are they not rubbish banging as well? It usually goes hand in hand.
I'm pretty certain there's
probably.
some girls that are not giving head. That's
Yeah,
like
of
that.
course, of course there is.
The
but-
ones I've experienced, once you say you don't, but anyway, I know from when you say you're not giving head, like, because they'll actually say as well, I can't bang you properly anyways. I can't give you 100%.
I remember.
You're not giving me your all, I can't give you my all.
Yeah, we spoke about this in season 1 about the idea of men zipping up their pants and leaving. Women thinking that men are shit in bed, but in reality, we do that because we're not feeling anything from you. So we do it intentionally just to burst quickly and leave.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's not always about, oh, he was shit. It's more, well, I just burst on purpose because you're
I
shit.
wanted to get over it.
Yeah, you're rubbish, man.
A man said I burst on purpose.
Yeah.
What happened? I just burst on
I just
purpose.
burst quickly then.
You're rubbish.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because there are some women
There's women going.
that are going out to make the man enjoy his experience.
But are we saying we've had rubbish head and good sex, or just good head and rubbish sex?
I'm backing out this conversation. I haven't had enough.
No.
women.
I have a question. You said.
You scratching
Let me hear
yourself.
that. Let me hear that.
Go on.
Listen, you said that
Stavros said,
women who give head.
Who don't give head?
Don't give it.
Okay, no, you said, but okay, the sex is rubbish. So therefore, you say that women who give head, is a higher likelihood that they are good in bed, right?
Okay, I'll
'Cause
stick with that.
Right? Yeah.
From my
You
experience
stick
so
with
far.
that. You stick with that, right? You stick with that.
From my experience, yes.
Okay, so
Alley-oop is
as
coming.
per our conversation, Simple Simon,
Mm.
we were having a conversation about I've been having a debate with some of my friends about the performance of white women versus black women in bed,
Okay.
and the feedback has
wow.
been that, especially within the head department, white women are very committed and more skilled in giving head.
You said committed to that.
Yes,
Okay.
and
They gotta
enthusiastic.
get that job done.
So, having in accordance to what you said,
I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't know. Maybe somebody else in this room.
are white women better in bed?
How would I know?
I don't think
That's a fantastic
Yeah,
question. though.
I never slept with a white
I
woman.
wish some of the
so
other team were here
I
to
don't
answer
know.
that. though.
I'm not.
You get me?
I'm not the
Mead
person
should
to
be
ask.
here.
The mead,
I
the
would,
mead,
I
man.
would never put down my sisters. I would just assume by rights that they're better by anything.
They are better.
Yes, black
I
women.
have
Black women.
had 2 black male friends who are married
Don't
to
believe
black
them.
women say that they are more enthusiastic. They are.
Don't believe them. Don't believe them.
Don't believe them.
Don't believe them.
Go on. Continue.
Okay, so I was saying to Simon that I asked my friend, I was like, yo, what is it? What makes them so much better? And he's like, everything. I'm like, everything like what?
Everything, you know.
He said everything with his whole heart. Right? So I said, what? And he said, this was his words. He said, when you are with a black woman, all right, they lay down like they have a golden pussy. And it's the best thing you ever gonna have. All right?
Take down the time with this guy.
Right? Right? Like they have a golden pussy or whatever. And that you should be thankful to be in their presence, to be laying down with them. That they are doing you a favor.
I'm not arguing so far.
Okay?
Okay.
But they say when you're with a white woman, that they treat you like you have a golden dick. Like you are the best thing to ever happen to them. And that you are doing them a favor.
So they like to be fetishized. Okay.
So they really gas you up and hype you up and jump, and they'll do how high and just the enthusiasm, and they will do anything for you, white women. And this is what makes them better in bed. It is the worship
Can I
and
just
stuff.
can I
Worship.
Just say, can I just say something?
Go on.
Interesting.
And I know they're your people, but your people's not my team, innit?
What do you mean?
It's not
Because
your team.
They're not my team because, as far as I'm concerned, it don't make a difference whether or not they're white or black or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If my team's involved, then they're worshiping the same way. I'm being real, innit?
Oh my God, like
I'm
the
being real,
Avengers.
innit? No, but I'm being real, innit?
It's like
I'm
your
being
life.
real. Have you ever had a woman that you've been with
Yeah.
that didn't make you feel like you're the king?
But maybe they do it in a different way.
I'm of course you people have it. Are you trying to tell any woman you've had sex with has all of them have like given you 100%?
Bruv, they've crowned me.
Jesus! I've had 100%. I've had 100%.
I ain't had 100%.
98.
Maybe it's me then. Maybe it's
I
me.
ain't.
98.
Because I ain't. There's women out there. That's why I said there's women out there. They ain't working.
Nah, man.
Just
One
like
of
you
them
said.
work so hard they put their back out. That's what
Everybody got a car.
I think maybe on two, maybe
needs
3
some snake
occasions
oil.
in my life, I've had to like question whether or not I've been bested, and for that, for me, means that you went all that.
Nah, I'm not having that. I'm not having that black women don't make effort. I think that's bullshit.
I'm not saying it's black women. I'm saying that I've been with black women that haven't given an effort.
Okay, but this guy is trying to say that black women don't and white women do.
Well,
and I'm not,
in their experience.
I'm not having that. So his own wife don't give him effort, and he went to go marry her.
If that's not the most important thing to him, innit?
He said that
He's gonna
white
cheat.
women. Well, he said that white women are like microwave food, and that black women are like stove cooked food. Right? So that spiritual connection, you will always have that.
Gunshot.
But the microwave food will satisfy you hungry. Bam,
very quickly.
fast, quick, hot.
You know
boom.
what? You know what I'm gonna say.
Damn.
If this guy had been speaking out when people were talking about interracial relations and stuff like that, I don't think many people would be able to argue with him. That analogy just there was bad. The microwave and the stove cooked food. That was a wicked analogy, bro.
Because I do love me a stove cooked food, you know. I love it so
Well,
So basically,
dearly.
one
There's
will
nothing
fill you,
that
but
I-
one will satisfy you.
You understand?
Both
Yeah.
will satisfy you. You get me? Because the stove meal is something special. Do you understand? And sometimes, it's like just the other day, I warmed up my moi moi. I just
Yeah.
needed it quick.
Yeah.
And so I can just quickly have a munch, you know what I mean? But I like the meal done pure and proper and long. And that's how the black woman is, I guess.
Yeah,
Well-
I'm not even involved with myself with the spirituality business as well. I'm just saying, innit?
Sweet rice. Hashtag sweet rice.
Sweat rice, bro.
Oh, the sweat rice. Who
Sweat
give you
rice?
sweat rice?
No, I haven't had it, no.
Oh, so okay.
No, no.
I'm just
Alright.
saying, innit? I don't. I
Sweat
can't-
rice or sweet rice?
Sweat
Sweat.
rice,
Sweat.
because it is
The
the
sweat of the
Sweat.
vagina.
a woman have to. You know how to make sweat rice.
Fermentation.
Well, from a man.
How a woman makes sweat
yeah,
rice.
yeah, she uses her pussy juices and put it in the rice, innit?
Yeah, she have to
Stand
sit over
over
the
it.
She
pot
stands over
Touch
it.
over it.
Steam.
or put her panty in it.
Yeah.
Steam.
Yeah,
It's mad.
Would you guys be open to something like that?
No,
Just
hell
something
no.
like what?
yeah, y'all get it already. Don't worry.
What do you mean?
That's
If
some-
I ever came home,
that's
I'm
some
missus was
witchcraft,
standing
boy.
over the stove like that.
Miss Compton reveals
Oh,
the
wait a
secret
minute.
of women.
I'll be like, what are you doing? I'll be like, what are you doing standing over the stove?
Imagine that.
No, that's
I was
it's
just
a
feeling
cure for a
cold,
yeast
babe.
infection or
are
something.
you
Just
doing?
say something.
I want to
over the
keep
stove.
you
Hold on.
alive.
Hold on. Wahala said if he came home and he saw his missus doing that, he said, "What are you doing?" Whilst everyone was laughing and moving around, Fiona quickly came back with it's a yeast infection. I have a problem. So this, have you ever had to do this before? Because
I'm
that
trying
came,
to make the whole
that
tight for
that
you,
came too
baby.
quick.
How you mean?
Is that the lie that they tried to drop? Did you see the lie? Simple saw the lie
came
today.
too quick.
Simple saw the lie today on Twitter. There was one girl that must have, her boyfriend must have used took her phone and texted her brethren. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you see this?
Yeah,
Text her brethren. Yeah. Weren't we out yesterday? Yeah.
Wasn't I with you last
What
night?
was I with you last night? Clearly, and she was with the boyfriend, innit? Yeah. But the boyfriend texted all the brethren. Every one of the girls came back. Of course, we was together. One of them even came back with, "You left my coat in the
your
car,
You left your coat in the car.
God damn 47.
bruv." And that's when I said, you need
One
to
of
understand.
them actually said, "This is the slow friend that you need to get rid of." She's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
That's the one you need to get rid of.
But everyone else was like, "Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, man. Yesterday was great. Oh, you left your coat in my car." And I said to
Yeah.
myself, This is what I'm saying, that you can't trust women the same way that
He
people
took a
like to say they
screenshot
trust.
and said, "What's going on, man? What's going on?" I was with my missus last night, and this is what I said to all her friends. Fiona, if one of your friends that is in a relationship sent you this, and you know you were not together, what's your response? And what do you think she's saying it for?
But I mean, you have to know the call. If that's your friend, you have to know it's in distress. Didn't Kevin Hart do a skit about that? You have to know
Yeah,
the
he
call.
did,
If your
yeah.
friend asks you
Oh,
that,
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
know.
You just have
If
to
that's
lie.
your friend,
You got a bit of alibi.
So women do this too.
yeah.
I
Of
can't even,
course.
me and Simple can't even do this at all, boy. Because they'll ask each other what's going on. And they'll just be like, yeah, we work together.
We
so.
went together, simple.
But at the end of the day, people cheat for different reasons. That you have to understand the dynamics. It's not as simple as just, oh, that person was cheating on this one is wrong. It could, my friend could be in some abusive relationship or something, and she go in and see someone else, and she's in the relationship that she cannot get out of for whatever circumstance. I will defend her and help her.
Okay, so are we saying that if you're in an abusive relationship, it's okay to cheat on that person that you're with?
Yes.
That's a yes. Is anybody else backing that?
If you cannot leave for whatever circumstance.
I'm not hating on that person that does that. I'll established to say that. I can't hate on that person.
That's a new scenario, and
Yeah,
I can't.
if you're when you say abusive, you mean physical abuse.
It could be physical,
Physical or
mental,
mental.
emotional. There's so
I don't
many.
know about emotional abuse, man. What's emotional abuse?
It could be anything. It could be like, okay, we out, right? And come and see your friends. Hey, how are you? And everyone say, hey, Fiona, how are you? And I'm like, great. And it's like, yo. And I come and I whisper in your ear. It's like, you look like shit today. And just continue talking to your friends and laughing. So I'm emotionally abusing you on
Do
this
men
side.
do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Men do that.
That's some sickening behavior.
Yes, men do that, man.
Mm-hmm.
You
Some
know?
bitch ass men.
No, but sometimes it's all about trying to
Power dynamics.
exactly.
And control, yeah.
You know, try to keep them under their foot.
But then for that thing, if she's not in fear of a physical abuse when she leaves,
It normally
she should
leads
leave.
to that. It normally leads
I would
to that.
I would
innit?
assume so. But if it doesn't, then she can leave. She don't have to
She
cheat.
can
on that
leave
man.
in a physical abuse thing, but this is the end.
Yeah,
It's a
but
mental,
you could
mental
be scared
abuse
for your life.
Mental abuse can still make you feel a certain way that you can't leave, innit? Or
Yeah, you feel like
can't
you're
leave.
not like no one
It-
will
it
want
wants you.
you.
Yeah, if-
All these kind of things because they've abused your self-esteem,
Yeah,
so
they
you don't
made
feel
you-
strong enough to leave.
Yeah, so they made you feel like you're shit. So you feel like you're shit, and the only person that will take you is that person that's calling you shit.
Exactly.
So when I tell my exes, you'll never find a man better than me.
I keep telling you that's wrong, man.
That's abuse, bro. That's abuse.
But
You
hold
will
on, am
never
I putting
find
them down, or
another
because I just think I'm
You
that
will
good? I
never
don't
find
think
another
there's anything wrong with you. It's just what man is better than me.
I hear what you're
Yeah,
saying.
but then you're
it's-
questioning
it's
their
exception-
motive. You're
No,
questioning
it's-
their
No, I'm not with them at the time.
It's manipulative. That's all it is.
It's not right what you do, and I don't think. And
and
I've
it's
always,
questioning their
I've always
judgment.
told you that you shouldn't be going to do that, and it's disrespectful to whatever man they've got as well.
Yes.
And if somebody went to come and tell your woman that your wife, blah blah blah, you will be vexed.
Somebody told my
wife
woman.
told your wife that you would never find a better man than me.
Huh? What are you on about?
The same way that you're going around to go and tell next man's woman that they'll never find a better man than you.
But they
If
won't.
some, it's
I'm not saying it for to hurt them or whatever. It's just
this
the
man
truth,
thinks
isn't it?
It's
he
fact.
thinks he's so special. You're not
course.
that special, you know,
All right, then.
So special.
isn't it?
I am so special.
All right,
Anyways.
you think so?
Do you honestly think you're God's gift to women?
You
No,
think,
no,
you think
no.
you're the best man in the world?
No.
So
in
they-
what, in what,
But do
in
you
what
think,
general?
but
In
you
what
think you're
respect?
better than the next man?
Yeah.
Do you think you are the number one man in the world?
Okay, what quantifies you to make it to be so much better than
We don't
them?
need to go down this
No,
road.
we do need to go down.
I
this
No,
road.
but you stated that like that as fact, so I want to for you to elaborate.
I think in a relationship, it's hard to find a better person than me because of the different things you need. Fiona, what do you want from a man in a relationship?
She said big dick. Do you have that?
What are the things you want?
You man screwing over that one nicely, boy.
The general things you want from a man in a relationship. I don't.
I did this for you.
Someone who doesn't try to change me
Okay.
and is supportive of myself and allows me to support them too.
All right.
I don't think you fit
Simple
them
things like that.
categories.
Of course I do. Who do I try and change?
Everyone.
No. What is the advice I give all the time about when you first meet somebody?
Let that be huge dick.
Don't change them.
Don't go out with somebody and try and change them.
Mhm.
I give that advice all the time, and that's something that I live by as well. I don't give advice and don't live by it when it comes to relationships, anyways.
You can always mold the pot though.
I just feel you.
Hashtag ghost.
I feel that you take what is in front of you, and if you're not happy with it, then leave it for somebody else that is happy with it. Go and find somebody else that you're happy with. Don't try and change, because people in general don't change, really, do they?
They don't.
So then you're setting yourself up for failure. It's not even about being a nice person or you shouldn't try and control. It's just about it's self-preservation. If you want this in a woman and she's not that, then save yourself and go somewhere else, and vice versa.
I just think that in general, you're kind of wishing that person bad.
I don't, man.
You are. You don't.
No.
You're not
hold
even
on,
wishing
hold on,
somebody
hold on.
as good as you.
Hold on,
You're
hold on,
not
hold
gonna
on.
have no one as good as
Hold
me.
on.
How can you tell somebody that?
Hold on. I'm not. I said I'm not, so don't say I am. And I also say that I want the best for these people.
But you don't. Because you say you're the best and you don't want them.
Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, I want the best for them. If the best for them is not me, because we're not together, then the best for them might be somebody else. But that best is still not as better as them me.
It's not a nice thing to do. And I don't care what you can keep chatting all of this stuff you're chatting.
Hold on, I don't talk to these people. I don't talk to these people. It's not like the first. I've been with 2 women before my wife.
And you told them both, yeah.
The first one, I haven't seen her in like 10 years. I don't. So,
but you've told them both.
I don't know if I've told the first one. I can't remember.
But you told one of them.
And what did she say?
It'll be 10 plus years since
But
I
you
last
told
seen
one
her.
of them.
It'll be more than 10 years. How many years since I last?
But you told one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get from doing that?
Unlike you, I converse openly with the women I was with. I speak to them what's on my mind. One of the things you don't like about me is what you say all the time is, why did you say that stuff? There was no reason to say it. When I'm with somebody that's not you, that cries about everything that they say, I actually say what's on my mind. And if that's on my mind, I say it.
I like the way you tried to put me down like I'm the person who's got a problem in this situation.
You have an issue with people just saying what they're thinking.
No, I got a problem with people saying things that's unnecessary and hurtful.
Nothing is necessary.
And hurtful
How's
for
that
no
hurtful?
reason.
The woman could say the same thing
How
to
can
me.
that not be hurtful to somebody?
If-
You will never find somebody as good as me.
If my
That is
ex,
hurtful.
of course it's not. What kind of bitches have been bitching over that?
God.
Hang on. Wait. Fiona.
No, but you casting a negative projection on their future.
So
Relate.
it's the
Yeah,
truth.
but that's
Sometimes you go on like you're you don't understand life.
If the person said, you know what, by next month, I'm not gonna play the lottery. I'm not gonna work hard, blah, blah, but I'm gonna have £1 million and I'm gonna go to see every country in the world. And I say you're not. You could say, well, you're being negative on them. You're putting them down. You're stopping their dreams. But what I'm thinking is, it's not true. What you're saying is not going to happen. I could be wrong. Let's say, for instance, it's not that I'm infallible, that I'm never wrong. But in this case, I don't think I'm wrong. So I'm telling you, I don't think that's going to happen. If you say, well, you're putting down their dreams, then I'll say, okay, whatever then. I don't know why you need to talk about it in some esoteric way. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. That's what it comes down to. I'm telling you what I'm thinking. I'm not trying to put you down. If a girl told me, you're never going to find a dude better than, a woman better than me, I don't think she's putting me down. That's just her opinion. I will discuss it with them. Anyway, I go out with women that are happy to listen to that kind of thing and have that kind of conversation with. And you can ask them yourself because you know my last one. So you ask her yourself.
Can't really argue what you said there. Bro.
What about what?
Just all of what you said.
I can blatantly argue it because one of them, they asked you a question and then you gave them an answer, or they were having a discussion with you and gave them an answer. What discussion was you having with somebody that you had to go and tell them you're never going to find a man better than me? Did they say to you, I feel I'm going to find somebody better than you? And you said, I'm never going to find somebody better than you?
Seriously, I can't remember when I said it, but I seriously doubt that it came up like that. So I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna try and say that.
So it's just something that you volunteered to say.
Yeah.
Probably.
And sorry, the
Why?
person.
Because it came into my head. That's what I was. All right.
It's his ego.
I am the type of person.
Ego.
Potentially as well. Potentially ego. I am the type of person. I'm very open. I'm very honest. And when I'm
spiteful.
Go on.
Do you, all right, guys, are you all saying that's spiteful then?
No, hang on.
Would it bother you if a woman said that to you?
Said what?
And she wasn't trying to be, like, let's say, do you think I was trying to be, anyway, let me not ask him because he's got such a low opinion of me. The woman, as far as you're concerned, she wasn't trying to be, she wasn't trying to hurt you. You were just talking and it came up. And she's like, you know what, I don't think you could find a girl better than me, you know. Like, I don't think, and then you ask.
It wouldn't bother me.
Would it bother you? Do you think, you're really putting me down?
Yeah, because you're saying that the person doesn't have the capacity to find someone good.
No, I'm saying I am the best. You cannot find better than the best. That's what I'm saying. This is the thing. Now, whether you agree with me or not, I don't have a problem with you saying, of course you're not the best. Of course there's better men out there than you. And even in my head, I can't really even argue that. But if at the time I'm saying it, I think this is the truth, then I'm not talking about. It's nothing to do with you. It's nothing. It's like my brother said. It's ego. It's nothing even to do with you.
It's ego.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. I could go out with a million women. None of you's gonna find a man better than me because I'm the best man.
It's ego. It's ego.
Okay, so it's more about you don't really care about what she has to say in regards to that.
You know what it is? You know what it really is?
It's an expression.
I'm the best rapper alive. That's what it is. Like, you make the claim, and whether the claim is true or not is another thing, but you make the claim.
Yeah, I came up rapping. Yeah, man. Yeah, I like that.
You believe in your product, innit? And that's it.
Yeah, like last week when Ty said my album is a classic, and we said, "Boy, you gonna call it classic?" He said, "Well, I have to do that." That's what he said. I have to do that. I have to put that out.
That's
there.
why I don't really see an issue with it.
I believe in my product.
I don't think that it was done with any malice. And if a woman was to say something like that to me, I'll like shrug my shoulders and say, "Okay, I don't believe you, but so what? We're going our separate ways, and that's that."
Okay, so I dump you, or I break up with you, and then I tell you you're not gonna find anyone better than me.
Why do you have to put it that way?
Because that's what happened.
Yeah, that's why someone would say that.
Let's
what questions do we have, man? We ain't started with one
we
question.
have no. We've done the MuteRKelly and we've done the Crosby and the Roman, but we haven't spoken about Donald Glover's, aka Childish Gambino's. This is America video.
Let's chew. This
is America.
What did I saw that video and I was like, wow.
There's a lot of people that don't like it.
Ooh, well, is there something in this room that is not wow about this video?
I didn't go wow.
Okay, we'll save you till last then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Fiona, as our guest, have you seen the video?
Yes.
What did you think?
I loved it.
Why?
For several reasons. Well, on a filmmaker stance, just like the rooming shots and all that, but in terms of the effort that was put into like the historical elements, like people making fun about his pose about how when he shoots the first guy and how it looks so gay, but it's not that, it's the Jim Crow pose. So it's a reference into Jim Crow. So like even like the fine details in it, like when he shoots a guy and then the young boy who comes and takes it away, he's well dressed, he's wearing a polo shirt and khakis, that's intentional. He's taking it away in a red piece of cloth that's read the Republican, the gun laws, that is intentional. Everything inside the video is intentional. Like I love that the choreographer is from where's she from again?
South Africa.
No, she's I think she's Sudanese. Her name is Sherry Silva.
There's a lot of African dance in there.
Yeah, right? I mean, what else? Like they're referencing to the church shooting, the fact that all the guns were taken with so much care.
Yeah.
You know, like take the
Don't right. You didn't like it,
right? Like everything.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I said it didn't wow me.
It's just everything. Everything was put in there with intention, and everyone talks about the dancing. Like, okay, is it why are they dancing? Are they dancing to distract you from all the crap? Are they dancing because they're trying to distract themselves from the crap that's going on? Or are they just dancing because they're totally oblivious to it? Who knows? They're saying about like the cars in the end, in the final shot are all old cars because it's trying to show that like America is not all mad rides and whips and Escalades or whatever. The fact is most of the people in America are driving shitty cars. It's a lot, and I think looking at a historical within like the historical aspects that he put in it, that's why I like it.
That was a nice little breakdown.
And you know what I love too? I love that he was like his dancing was so camp but still strong at the same time. And you know, they talk about like black masculinity as well. Like, you know, you can like a black man can be all of those things at once. And even though you camp, that don't mean you're not strong. Those kind of things
You
too.
need to put your shirt back on though. But carry on.
I think
No,
I think there's even something behind that, but not that I know.
Yeah, I think everything was done with intention. Nothing was like, oh, let's just throw this in for kicks. Like, you know, the white stallion riding in the back and all of these things. All of these things.
Yeah, it was definite.
For
Wahala.
purpose.
Let the
Yeah.
people that enjoy the video
I
talk
didn't
about
tell
it.
you that I didn't like the
All right,
video.
fine. Let the people that were wowed by it enjoy
That's
a
better.
conversation about being wowed.
That's better.
That actor,
Yeah.
you're the type of person to. This one is say yeah.
No, because I've heard. Do you know why? No,
Yeah.
I'll say yeah because you're referencing the actor because I've heard what he thinks about the video. already,
Okay,
and I
I-
liked his analysis.
Okay, I haven't
I'm
heard
looking
it.
forward to it.
You are in the same field as Fiona. You know, you're in the film field as well. So maybe there's things you saw that maybe other people didn't see. So speak on it, please.
No, I was actually going to say everything Fiona said. I would reiterate. It was a very, very stylistically shot. In reference to the dancing, it was in order to say you have been distracted by all the new style dancing and characters that have come out of the last couple of years that distract you from what's really going on.
happening.
Sorry to interrupt you, but if the person that did the concept or wrote the video or the artist himself hasn't said what the video's about, which I don't think any of them have, then I would stick with Fiona, who has thrown out 3 things that she thought maybe the dancing might be about, and allow that we have to discuss what it's about.
In an article,
not
he
that-
actually said it.
Who?
Donald Glover.
Oh, my
Okay.
bad.
Carry on, bro.
I don't trust
Carry on, carry on.
Apologies for
Well, so it's old
interrupting
now.
you, but yeah, I want to see this article.
You look at his article. Look at that
He's an
article.
older man
The
now.
actor,
You could
the
be
actor,
reading
go
anything on Google.
It was on the back of a crisp packet. I saw it as I said it. So yeah, I think the references with the cars is to Ford Motor Company because Ford
Oh.
Motor Company
Detroit.
did exactly the old style rhetoric cars. It's what America was built on. It's what made America strong, and that was a reference as well with that. And yeah, again with the way the guns were taken carefully, it's paying homage to in filming. When you use weapons, an armory has to come in and cover you. So make sure that when your weapons are used, it's taken away carefully. Usually in shootings and killings, it's very mass produced and it's not done properly. So it's one of those. It's very little things that you see in the video.
Did he explain why
That
he's
makes
running
reference.
at the end?
Say again?
Did he explain why he's running at the end?
Yeah, I haven't got that one yet.
No, I haven't got that one either.
No, I just think that is just after all that. Okay, he's in the front, he's dancing, and people around him, and he's untouchable because he kill a man, he kill a whole church, and all these kind of things. But then, and he's just still a black man being chased down by police same way, no matter who you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I took it.
Mm-hmm.
That is like that's just the end.
I
of
took
it all.
him as being America as opposed to him being a black man. So when he said this is America, it's like I'm America.
I think in that end part, he was just seen as a black man. I think that's what
When
you're
it
saying.
was boils down
Oh,
to-
maybe he was a white man throughout the whole thing, and then at the end he was a black man.
I would have changed my
No,
clothes
but the
for
fact that he's like almost like a dancing minstrel, like dancing, hey, dancing, everything nice, whatever. All this shit is going on, but at the end of the day, that is what his treatment would be like by America, because he's just a black man in America's eyes.
Yeah, it's just basically a jigaboo.
Mm.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Simple. And Mr. Wolf, anything you want to say before the other one?
I just realised, I might be a bit of a Childish Gambino fan, if I'm being honest with you, because I've liked his work from a long time ago. There was a couple of mixtapes that he done. There was he done a screenplay to a mixtape, and like I don't know, I just love his projects. So anything he does at the moment, I'm just like, shh, this guy is on next level. So the video is all the things that you said, but even like the colors that were using it, like there was no saturation in any of the colors.
Muted,
Yeah. It was just like he, I don't know, not hyper realism. It was real, if that makes sense. So there was nothing exaggerated. It was just like
Even the
very
gunshot
raw.
looked real, but it's like, wow, his blood come out. I'm surprised they even show it on YouTube.
It was very raw, and like from that, I just thinking, this guy, he knows how to express himself. That's for damn sure, bro.
Yeah, Childish Gambino's an OG for this one. We spoke about the visuals, this is just some of the lyrics from the song. This is America. Don't catch you slipping up. Look how I'm living now. Police be tripping now. This is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. I got to carry 'em. You know what I mean? So the lyrics themselves are quite, important as well. The message within the video and the song is deep, man.
It's not really a music video. It's actually performing art, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, back in the day, we had Watershed, innit? Where you couldn't swear after a certain time, and obviously the World Wide Web. Well, the World Wide Web and the internet kind of cancelled that. Even on radio, you couldn't say certain words, and now you can say flipping nigger and all kinds of things.
No,
you know, on certain radio stations, there's no censor, bruv. You get me? Maybe on the major ones and the radio one and all them kind of things, but the just like I said, it's very graphic. The gunshot, it might not be one for the children to look at. One thing that stood out for me was the kids sitting on the ledge, and they were all recording
and the lyrics
and doing
the lyrics at that bit is, he says, this is a celly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
And use it as a tool or something. You got the lyrics in front of you, but it says, this is a celly, this is a tool. This is a celly, this is a tool. What does that mean?
That's what I mean. For me, a lot of, as I always say,
or a cell block in the prison and used as a tool to oppress you as well. He's got double entendres.
There's a lot going on. But for the ones that don't really like it, I would like to hear what they don't like about the video or what they don't like about the song. As my mum always says,
people don't like him.
And I will always put out there, people always look at what is negative in what is good. They always kind of filter what is good and kind of raise up what is negative. But what is good about this video should be pushed out there. And another thing that I'll say is that we always complain about the Molly Percocet type videos. I'm in love with the Coco, all of this shit, the gangster type videos and all this shit. And when somebody is doing something like this, people still complain about it.
Because it goes against the grain.
You know what? I think Childish Gambino is what Kanye West was supposed to be.
Supposed to or wants to be.
Everybody was saying that, but you know what? Childish Gambino's got previous, by the way, about with chatting shit about black people. I'll leave that here.
There's a lot of circles.
Don't leave it, bruv.
He has a white woman as well, so
his woman is not black.
So Twitter is
and he has a fetish about he had a lot of problems with fetishes about Asian women and saying that he prefers Asian in these old songs. There's a lot of previous that Gambino's got about with black, especially with regards to black women.
Mr. Will, speak to your mum.
I'm gonna leave that.
Your mum's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
No,
but that's why I'm saying that with the Kanye West thing, he's got previous like Kanye West. But with regards to the video, I don't know if the video was a bad video. I just said it didn't wow me, and the reason why it didn't wow me is kind of what Simple Sam says. I watch Atlanta. If you watch Atlanta, this is what he does in Atlanta every single week. Yeah. So for me, it wasn't such a big surprise. Oh my God, Childish Gambino's done this thing, because he does this in Atlanta every single week in a different episode. Especially this season. Yeah, he's done crazy. Something every single week that's just as good as this thing that I just watched.
It's true.
So it didn't wow me.
You see episode 10?
Which one? The last one?
Where he's
of season 1.
No, of this season, where he tells the story of how him and
the kids.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah. All right, so that's one of the reasons why it didn't particularly wow me. I'm vexed that we did this episode today and we didn't do it before Brilliant Idiots came out, because the first thing I saw when I saw that video, and Charlamagne said it as well, is Exhibit's video. It reminded me of Exhibit's video immediately.
When I heard him say that, I was like, no.
I mean immediately. When I saw this video, the first thing I said is,
this
is the same thing like the Exhibit one. It is, because the Exhibit is walking through the street.
I know what you're saying.
And let me explain in it for people that don't know. Okay. In the Exhibit video, he's basically walking through the street, just walking through, ignoring everything that's going, and everything behind him is going crazy.
He's not ignoring.
But so what?
No, but there's bits that most of the thing is ignoring it, and there's only little bits that he gets involved in the situation.
But if anything that happens, he turns around and looks at car crashes and stuff. So that's the point. He's not oblivious to the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, but it's the kind of the same movement.
And when he's walking through, because every chorus he gets on. There's a bit where it's not the chorus, it's the bridge. With the bridge, it amps up. But it's like a chant. So he'll jump on stage, grab a mic, and do the chant. I haven't even seen the video in years. I still remember.
Yeah, but
it's
I'm
such a good video.
The thing about what's going on in the back. It reminded me of the Exhibit video. Put it that way. Okay. Yeah. So when he said it, I was like, damn it, he said the same thing I was going to say. But, and I said, also, I don't know, these type of things don't wow me as much as it used to now. I just thought it was a good video. But I didn't think it was anything special. People telling me, oh my God, it's changed my life. What for?
Yeah, I don't know about changing lives.
I don't think it's there to change lives. I just think that it is something that is positive that is put out there, something that kind of opens people's eyes and ears.
But it doesn't do for everyone the same thing you're doing. So it's got okay. One of the things that people were saying that the reason why they didn't like the video is because it's showing. Some people were saying it's showing black on black violence. Some other people are saying that
I didn't get that one at all.
Yeah, because it's a black man killing out black people, innit?
But so
yeah, but then they don't really
exactly.
Hold on.
like-
But that's
Just
let
dumb
me explain to you some of the
To
reasons
me,
why.
that's a nonsense.
Other people are saying that they don't like the fact that people are using their this is one I saw and I was like, wow, okay. Some people are saying that some of these artists that are not necessarily believing the things that they're saying. You yourself as an activist, you may feel the same way. Are using the struggles of black people to promote their product, and they're not necessarily in that life. So you're doing this video to make it look like you're a person that goes out and is actively doing activism.
no, he's not making.
Okay, can I finish talking?
But not when it's not true.
Okay, can I finish saying what? This is
Go
what
on.
people think, innit?
Well, then try
Whether or
to
not it's true, is right or wrong, it's what people think, innit?
All right.
All right, I have to hear you do your long story. All the fuck. I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying not to swear.
Told them
on,
I've stopped
man.
talking, so carry on then, innit? This is the point.
So some people are doing that now. So they're complaining that he's pretending to do activism, and this is how he's showing it on the screen, and people are getting fed up on that. So that was another thing that I saw people complaining about. There's nothing that people are
Bitches.
complaining about, but in the end, I think it was a good video. I prefer the song to the video.
My thing is that whenever something good is out there, just let it flow, man. Not everything's gonna be perfect, but I would prefer 100 of these type of videos than the flipping I'm in love with.
But
the videos.
the purpose of this video is to be critiqued and discussed, innit? So
Yeah,
you can't say
but-
discuss
No,
it and
no.
only discuss it nicely.
I'm not saying that it shouldn't be critiqued, but my thing is that I would like to see more and more of this.
What
You know what I mean?
I would say is that when it comes to music, a lot of us say, especially our old school hip hop fans say, "Oh, there's no good hip hop anymore." But I think there is. You just have to go out and find it.
Yeah.
It's
I
not. It's
agree
not.
with
It's
that.
not in the mainstream. Yeah.
Yep.
I
But
agree
with this
with
kind of video, I would actually say there are not many videos like this. There is not stuff that's out there to be critiqued like this. So most of it is just consumerism when it comes to videos. It's big booties, or it's money being thrown around, or even if it's the more in brackets conscious rapper, it's just like there's not much of a message to it.
Who else done a video like this?
Quite
Was it
recently.
T.I., innit?
Yeah,
T.I.'s
yeah,
video,
Yeah, T.I.
like, for me, is better than this
And
one.
we
yeah,
just-
the
we
one
just-
when, the one where he goes around and they kill the kids in the street.
Yeah, they done
We-
the
we just-
Trayvon Martin and
but we
all the
discussed
other
that
ones.
video as well.
I can't. To be honest, what you just said to me, I can't really agree with it because I don't watch music videos anymore, so I don't actually know what video
so
videos
you
are
have
like.
to disagree with it.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying I can't agree with it because I don't know. I don't watch music videos anymore,
Yeah, I
so I don't know what music videos are out. I don't know what the music videos are like. So unless there's a big hoopla about a video, I don't actually go and watch it.
Okay.
So I don't know. Is this for me? Is this I know it's a different lanes, but is this not the same like for something like God's Plan? That was a good video for me. The way that he went and gave out all the money.
I like that video as well.
and
I
it's
thought-
positive and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in that same ilk.
I think-
This one's a bit more arty and obviously it's a bit more
that is
creative.
the thing. I think there are so many creatives these days. Yeah, people that want to be creatives, and we're in a room full of creatives. And I think for people like myself, maybe Fiona and that accent more so than the other three. No offense, and I think this is the type of thing that we study and we break down. You know, when we did Black Panther, I always say when we did the Black Panther bonus episode, if you haven't listened to that, go listen to it if you've watched the film. The way we broke down that film was it resonated with us on a level that maybe certain other people couldn't see. Now, I listen to a lot of movie podcasts because I'm a movie fan. Now, when other people broke down that film, they were not picking at the stuff that we were picking at. We picked that film apart. Yet when they break down other films, there's stuff that they see and it went over my head because it's not aimed at me, or it's just not something that resonates with me. This is one of those videos that it resonated with us. And we were picking it apart. It is so you can call it important or whatever. For me, it's just it resonated with me. It's when people talk, is that vibe or that
Yeah.
that's what it did.
Vibe.
So when I say that it wowed me straight away, and my sister tweeted as well. So this is something that we found in common. It's just something that like wow, this is something that is hitting me inside. It's reverberating inside. There's something to this, and I needed all these breakdowns and teardowns. I tried not to listen to. Only today I've actually paid any mind. I didn't read anything or watch any videos breaking down the video. I tried to decipher it myself.
Me too.
The one thing I kind of thought was that the dancing is just there to blind you. We're all just looking at the dancing, and you're not paying attention to what's going on in the background. Because the first time I watched it, That was what I saw the shooting and I saw the dancing.
And that was it.
I didn't even see the stuff in the background. I didn't even
You
see
have to
it.
watch it 2,
And
3, 4 times.
When I sent it to the man them in the group, and what was the first comeback? The man's dancing gay.
Yeah.
That like, come on, man. This video is a disgrace. He's dancing gay. That was the response.
That was a set distraction.
That's the point.
And they got distracted.
That's the point.
This is one of them videos I actually watched with slow-mo on. I actually slowed the video down to watch.
Okay.
And when you do that, you see some weird shit. There's a piece in there. There's a piece in there just before he says the celly bit. Yeah. There's a piece in there where you see somebody actually fall from the top.
Yeah.
And then hit the ground.
Suicide.
Suicide. Yeah. And
Suicide.
then there's another piece where you see them dragging a dead body across the ground. There's another piece where there's a whole bunch of people like rioting in the background. Then they start fighting each other. And then they all run away. So like, there's lots of random things that are happening in the back of that video. You have to like sit there either on slow mo or
just watch it over and
You know
over
what?
and look at different bits.
You know what part of my problem was? I watched the video late.
synchronizing that video must have been crazy.
I watched the video late, man.
How many takes did that take?
Yeah, I watched the video late, so I watched it maybe like about a day after it came out. And by the time I'd watched it, everybody had hyped it. So then
that's always the one.
When I watched it, it was 681,000 people had viewed it when I watched it. And then the next morning, when I was in the car, they were talking about it on the radio and saying, "Oh yeah, it's already at 50 odd million views." And I was like, I just saw it last night, a couple of hours ago.
Because it demands you watch it over and over again, like you said.
Yeah, but views are individual, like, so it's unique visitors. It's not how many times. If you sit there and reload the video, the views don't go up.
Sure?
It's unique visitors.
Is that it goes on YouTube?
Yeah, it's unique visitors.
Yeah, but your phone, your tablet. Because I did that. I watched it on my phone first and I said, I can't watch this on my phone. Then I watched it on my TV.
Were you on the same IP address?
No, because the phone and your IP are two different things.
Well, you're in your house, so Wi-Fi,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, but your IP won't be different. Your IP on every device will be different.
It's
You talking
on
about your
80
external
million
IP?
views now.
Are you talking about your external IP?
Yeah, they will take you external IP.
It depends. Again, it's still, if I'm on my phone and I'm not using the Wi-Fi, then the IP will be different.
Yes,
Yeah,
tech guys.
That's what I mean. It's on 80 million views now, so it's
And
going.
this was it a week old or something like that.
It's less than a week, man.
Yeah, within 24 hours, it's in the millions.
You know what?
Get your money, black man.
Get your money. I take pride in finding, like, having people in my in my aura before they blow up. So there's bare times I said, I was on that from a long time ago. Childish Gambino was somebody that was on my radar, but I never really paid no mind to them. No mind to. It was more Atlanta when it picked up in season 1. But he's one of those people that was up there, and he's like, I just wasn't paying no mind to him. No, and I've known of him.
The things that he was doing is not something I would think you'd be involved in.
Yeah, he was on some show called 30 Rock or whatever.
He
wrote for Fame.
Yeah.
He was on Girls,
Okay.
but again, we don't watch Girls.
But I'm saying though, I saw him on a radio two different times. He did a freestyle on the radio.
Yeah, I know that one.
And they're probably my favorite. Two of my favorite freestyles on radio in that era.
He kind of reminds me
He
of.
was so cold lyrically, and just the way he delivered the
He's
lyrics.
very nonchalant with everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And it was just like the way he even had a conversation in the middle of the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then carried on with the lyrics afterwards, and he got something off of his chest. But the way he did it, he was just so on point. He was on beat. The content was right, and he made his point, and he shut up. And I was just like, nah. This
For
guy's...
me, he's like the more. I don't want to say calmer, but I'm gonna say more calmer version of Tyler the Creator. I think they're quite similar in how they do things.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Tyler and him are quite similar, but he's not as out there as Tyler the Creator.
I see the similarities because Tyler's another one that does
He's a genius.
He does creative stuff in terms of, so he designs clothes now. He's
got a cartoon coming
been doing
out,
it from before. He's a cartoon TV program director. He directs most of his own videos now. I mean, from a long time he's been directing his own videos, and he produces all of his stuff. He plays piano. So Tyler's like one of them, and because he's such loud and he's just very whatever in your face and brash, and his lyrics is so coarse. He's so talented, and he runs a crew. He runs a crew. He reminds me of what Slagfest would have been if we started 10 years later. But let's close up on I know I'm bitter in it. I want my accolades.
I want my accolades.
Let's finish with the This America video. If anyone else got anything last things to say,
That's beautiful. Go watch that.
all right.
You don't like
This
black
is
women.
Nigeria. Don't stop the fraud.
Yeah, I don't like that.
419 fraud.
Let us deal with a question that was sent in by Chris Nunkwamda. I'm gonna say
That's quite Chris, bruv.
Chris.
If you
Nah,
don't know how to
man.
say somebody's name well, don't say it at all. Bro.
Yeah, it's true.
TNT
Have a
stand.
go,
No,
man.
it's not
Have a go.
TNT. Is it? It's
Quanta.
Canada stand up. Yes.
Quanta. All right. He sent 2 questions. Raising your kid in this. How do you say the word?
Dysphoria.
This.
Diaspora.
Dysphoria.
You said dysphoria.
At least I said it.
Which one of you two said that? Which one?
I said it like I
Simple
was real,
Simon.
you know. That was me.
Yeah,
I said it like I knew.
Dysphoria. It's like, look,
You
man,
ever say
dysphoria,
the
move on.
confidence?
I said it, you know. with
Diaspora.
chest.
Exactly.
With
Like,
breast even.
I think because he spelled it, maybe he spelled wrong.
Yeah,
I
he
think.
was diaspora. But anyway.
Yeah. Raising your kid in the diaspora, is it still relevant using the methods our folks dished out in the 80s or 90s? And stay at home dad. Why is it such a huge deal abroad? It's a title I still scratch my head around. I mean, what are the requirements? So let's stick with the first one first. Are you using the same methods of raising your child in the diaspora as our parents did back
Similar.
in the 80s and 90s? I'm saying yes.
I'm no.
Well,
Similar.
okay, yeah. Sorry, you say your thing. I might take back my yes.
Yeah, I'm saying no because time has changed. So I may be laying down some of the same core principles, but the method in action has to be different because we're in a completely different time now.
Okay.
So once upon a time, it was enough for my dad to say to me, you need to know who you are as a person, because I didn't have enough distractions to stop me from knowing who I am as a person. I can't turn around and tell my child now, oh yeah, you need to know who you are as a person, and leave them with that. I've got to guide them through the process.
Because social media will tell
So
them who
much
they are.
distraction.
Exactly. So I would say no. I can't use the same method as my parents did.
Okay, so I like it. The same kind of guidelines, but different methods of implementing those.
The
guidelines.
implementation has to be completely
I think
different.
I kind of agree with you. Yeah, so the moral structure is the same.
Yeah.
The route that we want you to go down is the same, but because of the difference in life between now and then, maybe we can't go about it the same way.
One thing I won't do though, I'm not going to push you need to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or whatever.
My parents never pushed that on me. Did your parents push that on you?
There's a reason why they didn't push you on you.
They didn't push.
Don't catch me slipping. Don't catch me slipping.
They didn't push it on me, but it was in my family.
Okay.
Yeah, so not in the nuclear family, but in my general family. Like my cousins went through that.
Did any of you get that? Because Wahala, you didn't get that either, did you?
What?
That they were pushing you to be engineer, doctor, lawyer.
They pushed me to make money, bro. That's what they pushed
So-
me to.
I
do.
got that a little bit.
No, I don't know. They said at the time they kind of said that they wanted you to be something. Our sister got it, but I don't think I got it so much. It was much more of a case of by the time that they asked me what I wanted to do, I wanted to be a bank manager anyway, so that was legit. That was all right. That's what I said I wanted to do, and then I ended up in IT.
Did you want to be a bank manager, or did you just say that because that's what they wanted to hear?
No, I wanted to be a bank manager because I thought bank managers earn a lot of money. But then I found out they didn't earn as much money as I thought they did. I should have been a hedge fund person. That's what I should have done. I picked the wrong career, basically. I should have gone into finance, but in a different place.
Okay, so raising your children.
I'm gonna
So, all right.
Do you know what? I don't think that any of us are going to differ to what Simple Simon said. I think it's similar, but because of the generation that we're in, the dynamics that are around us, the World Wide Web, social media.
Well, are you saying that they did the question? Are you saying that they did the question?
You finished it, man.
I think we have to
one
add
time.
some pussyism in there as well.
What pussy is it?
Because as parents, you lot are pussyfied of it now, man.
I'm not.
We're not as hard as the parents.
Whoa.
I am.
Yeah, you lot are not as hard,
No.
bruv.
Do you know what?
You lot are not as hard as your parents, man.
In what way? Let me explain this.
As I said, even when just little things where I said where people, if before in our parents, if we was outside on the street and somebody I use that as an example all times. If somebody slapped us as children, our parents are not running out to go and say blah blah blah. If somebody slapped your child in the street, Mr. Wolf, you are running out there to go and fight that man.
Bruv, no. Listen.
Pussyfied parent.
That's
Pussy.
got
hang
nothing.
on,
That's
hang
got
on.
nothing to do with anybody being a pussy.
I will explain.
I will tell you why it is.
I will explain what that's about to you. Yeah,
It's the
that's
changing of
No,
times.
it is the changing of times. It's more about how the community has changed than it is about
true.
me as an
Benny.
individual.
Benny.
It's still
So
you.
I have no confidence now that somebody who's slapping my child is doing so for the right reason.
Okay.
Have you deaded it?
Pussios.
Is that two? Is that two of them?
Yeah,
Pussios. Pussios.
Guys,
I'm telling
I
you now,
said
you're
forever.
all pussios.
1,
Oh.
2, 3.
Pussios. Pussy old parent.
I think you deaded the question, you deaded the retort. But Fiona, do you have your own little?
No, I agree because you know how they say it takes a community to raise a child. The community is not the same anymore.
That's
Right? So
It's
that's
true.
the thing. I mean, the thing is, before when you're younger, you could go and run out in the road and, you know, you Miss Mary will look out and whatever. When I grew up in St. Lucia, you couldn't be out of school, after school, on road, 6 o'clock in your uniform. That is a height of disrespect to the entire community. And they will call your mother and say, hello, I see Fiona on the road, 6 o'clock in a uniform. You cannot do that. Now it's chilling out on the road all hours of the day, doing anything they want, and nobody calling nobody mother to tell them where their child
Yeah,
is.
because when they call the mother, what's gonna happen? Don't call me about my child.
Exactly.
So the parents are pussios. But anyway, I'll leave it at that.
I just think that there's a distrust to the people that are out there because not everybody is coming from a place where they have clean hearts.
No, everybody was coming with a
So-
place with clean heart back in the day, but they did it nonetheless.
There was more of a
There's
community
more
before.
community.
There was more of a community back then. I mean, my style of parenting, I would say that it's not so dissimilar to what my parents done. You know, my dad would beat the living daylights out of me and not tell me about it.
And I beat
You
the living
understand?
daylights out of my kids, and I don't tell them about it. Too.
I mean, when it comes to me disciplining my son, it's slightly different. But my son fears me, like the
I really
same
can't
way,
see you
the,
beating.
the same way how I feared my dad. My son fears me, and he fears his mum. You get me? And you don't get enough kids out there now who fear their parents. They don't, and when you don't fear your parents, you don't fear any kind of authority, whether that's a teacher, a policeman, or whatever, and even an adult out on road. You get me? I look at someone who's my elder, I may say sir or madam, even up to now. You get me?
Yeah.
And that's just a sign of respect. You know, these kids that are not parented in that way, my way is similar to my parents. It's similar to the way of back in the day. There's some people that parent their children like they're their brethren.
That
Yeah, I mean it's true because especially from my family background, only you don't know, from my dad down to my mum down to me, when discipline was in vogue or about, we'd all discipline each other. Like if my mum or my dad wasn't beating me, then
You beat yourself.
yeah.
Then your brother will be beaten.
Then my brother would beat me,
Okay.
or my next brother, or my sister.
Okay.
And then when my nephews were born, I was looking after my nephews, so I would in turn be disciplining them.
Same. Just
If-
like my niece, yeah.
Yeah, if my sister wasn't around.
So let me get this right. If the music's on, no one gets beaten. As soon as the music stops, someone gets beaten.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And my sister would always say, right, I'm gonna call uncle the actor on you,
Mhm.
and they would flinch. They would get prang.
That's it.
And then if I'd come to the house, they'd be crying before I get there. And I go, what are you crying for?
I'm not seeing the two of you. I can't see you beating someone, and I definitely can't see Mr. Wolf
Bruv,
beating
I-
anyone.
I don't
Without
know,
looking
sir.
in the mirror after
You
he's done
know-
it.
All you need to do, all you
No,
need
all
to
it
do
used to be was say their name.
is ask my younger cousin, ask my young niece, ask them two about my discipline, and then ask my kids.
I'll deceive.
The thing is, you can raise a child with respect for them to learn about respect without beating them, you know.
Yeah, when
Yes.
these are talking about beatings, and I want to
Yeah.
see them dish out a beat. I can see.
Why? do you
Hold
wanna
on
see
1
it?
second. Hold on. Let me check myself in the mirror.
Bruv, I don't even talk.
I
bruv.
look good.
Can I?
Then he starts beating them.
Before we move on, can I say the one thing that I'm different with than my parents? Like, it is a major difference.
Go on.
Like, my parents showed love in their own way. So they showed it, but it was in their own way, and it's a very bush, old-fashioned way. And I think, as much as I have that bush and old-fashioned style, I also have implemented more of a Western and soft. If this is the way you can call me, the soft parent. So I tell my daughter I love her every day from
That's
when she wakes up to before she goes. As I put her down to bed, it's like I put her down. I'll give her a hug. I tell her I love her. I tell her how important she is. I tell her how special she is. I tell her how
100%.
intelligent and beautiful she is and everything. This is just every night before I put her to bed.
Yes.
Every single night, I'm reinforcing the beautiful black child she is.
No, that's beautiful.
So
I agree.
Whereas,
with that.
whereas with my parents, it's
never got that.
Yeah,
You know what, yeah?
it's a different kind of thing. We didn't get that.
God
Go
forbid.
and brush your teeth.
Do out.
What do you say?
Do away and go to bed.
It's true. It's true.
What?
There was no love because you know what?
There was no love.
Sorry, there was no speech when it came to
But
that.
do you think how much
Public
you know-
affection, displays of affection.
Yeah.
But it's you know the relationship between a father and a son back in those days. My dad, you know, I can't remember my dad ever hugging me or
Exactly.
ever telling me
Exactly.
about how he feels about me or putting positive words in my ear to make me feel like I'm a young prince turning into a king. And that is how I speak to my children. You understand? I do hug my son. I do tell my son who's 14 that I love him, that you're the greatest, that I'm expecting big things from you, and I believe in you.
Exactly. I'm proud of you.
Hold on.
Well done.
If you think that if your parents did this to you in the past, do you think this would have had a major change in you? You think it would have been a major change in who you are now?
I think it depends on the individual. I think it may have affected me.
My dad hugged me the other day. This is me at 35.
Did you cry?
No.
He was confused.
I was baffled. I know why he hugged me. It was a serious situation, so I get why he hugged me. He was very emotional at the time when he did it. But I was baffled. I was like, what are you doing?
You asked him what you doing?
I said, what you did? Because my dad don't hug me. There's no reason. Like, we don't do that.
And the thing with me is, okay, our parents started saying "I love you" to our nephews and nieces, and my daughter,
because they lies.
Very recently, they never said it to any of their own children. They're saying it to their grandchildren now. And the thing is, for me, like, so the grandchildren will say it back, and I'll still never say it. And people might be like, so why is it you don't say it now? Why are you being stubborn? It's like, listen, you didn't raise me like that. You didn't raise me like that. So it's not now. I'm nearly 40. I need to start saying, you know how I feel in it. So we were raised a certain way, and I'm happy with.
I ain't saying it. You know how I feel.
You know exactly. You know how I feel.
But you find
yeah.
So
top your chest.
Did you find that weird though? Because my mum started recently saying
it's weird. I don't even like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't know. She needs to help you. That's what she's saying.
you need assistance in your life.
I think it would be a mad thing if we was to go back in time and change the way that our parents raised us with positive affection. I don't know what type of human being I'll be right now.
I don't know either.
But we came from a different era as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you
might need it a bit more now.
from the boogie down, beat down generation.
Make us more self-confident.
Potentially,
but we are very confident people.
No, the thing is, right, and this is why I'm saying the time matters. Back then, because we were socially different, like, we gained our confidence and character from other things. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Whereas now, the things that they gain the character, like, you don't even get the opportunity to gain your character from anything. Like, we played outside, for example. Yeah? And in playing outside, it meant that we had to deal with other people all the time, every day. These lot don't go outside no more.
They do. And when they go outside, they do foolishness.
They go outside differently.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you, they spend more time on their phone in chat groups than they do out in physical.
Or they're playing their games, insulting somebody across the country, some big man that they blah 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 blah, effing and blinding. They couldn't do that to somebody's face, though, would they?
That's what I'm saying to you. So
they didn't learn. They're not even learning the repercussions of actions.
They haven't got much character. These young youths. The young ones.
That's why they're a lot more followers now than even before.
True.
But I just think it would be mad. I'm going through my head thinking, what would happen if my dad used to tell me that he loves me every day?
I don't even want that.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I love you.
Even my mum, I don't want it from my mum. I think my mum used to tell us that she loved us through food anyway.
Well,
no, you're laughing.
How about you,
I hear you.
Fiona? I want to hear about how she got love from her parents and how it came. Was it visually
my parents,
or
well, my mother was very affectionate. My father was very strict. That's what when I talk about getting beat, because I never got beat at home. I got beat in school, right? But it was my father didn't have to announce his authority through beating. We just knew, do not mess around with my father, especially. He didn't have to do that. He just commanded his respect through just how he was, Presence. So it was. I had a mixed bag of how I grew up, and I think also because St. was just really small comparatively to London. It's like it was more of a community kind of thing. So, but yeah, it was just. My mother is very affectionate. She tells us I love you all the time, hug all the time, do nice things for you all the time. She used to send us Valentine's cards.
Wow.
And things like that, But my father, as you're saying, one time I called my father for his birthday when I was there, and he said, I love you. And that was like the first time he actually said, I love you. And so I felt weird. I was like, I love you too, Daddy. Yeah,
asking a question, innit?
Like, I wanted to hang up the phone fast. Like,
what's going on?
If everything is all right. Yeah, that kind of thing. But it was a mixed.
Daddy, I'm coming over.
Can I ask a question? And I know it stems off what you just said there, actually. And I'm just thinking about it. It's actually one of the things that might have happened when we was having that video about the pastor was talking about how you should respect the husband in the house or whatever. But Do you think that children back in the day used to see their mother have a higher respect for their father, and that made the child automatically respect their father a bit more?
Yes.
Oh, it's interesting.
If they were together, yes.
I think that is something that maybe.
In fact, I don't know. Actually, if parents are together, then they respect each other. Isn't it?
Yeah, but the way that
Not
some
necessarily.
family used to be, the mother used to actually show that this man is the man,
The head of the house.
Yeah, he's the
that's
person.
a different question.
He is the person. I fed my mum, and my mum respects this man.
I would say that there was the hierarchy was in order and in show before. You could see dad was the head, the mother was the
General.
the general or the co-pilot or whatever, and then the children came underneath that, and that was established in society. It was established in Western society and in our African Caribbean societies that came over. Everybody was in agreement with that. There was no argument about that, and because that was something that was uniformed throughout society, throughout media, throughout everything, nobody questioned it, nobody argued. So yeah, you grew up in that. Now that things are changing and it's more about who says you're in charge. Why are you the boss of me? Why are you the head of the household? Then yeah, now you have a difference where people have different views and different opinions, and I think that personally, I think that makes things worse. But everyone's got their own different opinion.
Okay, I know, just throw that question out.
Did I do it? And we move on to the next one, or is it
he's
anyone else got?
He's got 2 questions.
Didn't
Next.
do it
What's,
with a simple.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
what's the
What's the
second
next
question
one
again?
again?
All right, so stay-at-home dad. Why is this
right.
such a huge deal abroad? It's a title I still scratch my head around. I mean, what are the requirements?
When you say abroad, what do you mean?
He,
Like
yeah,
when?
He's
I
in
get the
Canada.
impression that he's from Nigeria and he's moved to Canada. That's the impression I've got.
Yeah, I think you're talking
Okay.
about in the Western society.
Why is the stay-at-home dad? Sorry, run the question by me.
I
again,
don't know.
please.
I don't know. I think
I
maybe I should have asked him to flesh it out
I
a bit
think
more.
can I just assume? Yeah,
Yeah, go on, go on. You have
I'm
to-
assuming he's saying that obviously a lot of the time now they're talking about stay-at-home dads. You should stay at home, and they're giving people a longer opportunities to do what's it called?
Paternity.
leave, but it's something different for men, isn't it?
paternity leave.
Paternity is the
When the
mental.
men- okay, so paternity leave and blah 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 and stuff like that, and you should stay at home more and let the woman go to work. And I think he's just like, what the hell does that mean? Because he wrote 2 tweets, and the original tweet was a bit more fleshed out, and he was saying he basically said, because I come from a society where the man goes to work, he doesn't stay at home. Why? What's the stay at
So
home?
why are we
business?
trying to enforce men to stay at
Yeah,
home?
why are we trying to enforce it? I think obviously it's down to equality, isn't it? Just to make it not seem like the woman is the only one that has the responsibility for the child. The man has to show that he's also responsible for the child, and I know that in the past in society that was to provide money and provide food and provide whatever to your family. That used to show how you was in charge of the child. But I think now in 2018, people are saying that you should be more staying at home with the child and getting that relationship with the child. And I think in some cases, I think that's a good thing. As I said, I want to be a rich person simply because I don't want to go to work, so I can stay at home and raise my child with my wife. I don't want it to be a case that I'm away from my child. I don't want to be that person that's away from them.
It burns me that my daughter now is like, if I'm not there, it's like, oh, is daddy at work? Like the connection she has with my absence and work, like, makes me feel mad guilty, because it's like this place is taking me away from her.
Yeah.
And she knows this place is taking me away from her. She's never been there before or nothing like that, but she knows that if daddy's not around, he's at work. I don't like that relationship.
But it's
That's
deep.
life now, bruv.
Yeah, but it's very deep, because in the end, they can come to a point where they think that work is more important than them.
sometimes,
And
yeah.
Exactly.
I get that people need to go to work, and I understand it, and I'm probably still going to be one of those fathers that if I have a child, I'm going to be the one that goes to work, and I'm going to probably expect my wife to stay home if somebody has to stay home and look after the child, simply because she's got more tools to do that. But doesn't mean that I don't want to be with my child. I don't see anything wrong with any father that says, you know what, I want to spend the time with my child. As I said, it makes it a lot easier for fathers to run away from their children, because they don't have that relationship with their child the same way their mothers do.
Very true.
Because they're so easily leaving them to go to work every single day, every single day. Whereas a mother that spends a year with their child before they even go back to work, when they have that bond with that child, they don't want to go back to work most times.
I think we should establish that whether it's a man or the woman, your ideal should be you go to work to provide for your family. Not that that's something you should want to do.
Work to live, not live to work.
A lot of people.
So I'm saying if you could afford to stay at home, that should be the ideal.
Yeah.
It should be the ideal that if somebody gave you tons of these billions of dollars, you had this small penis, and now you have these billions of dollars. Yeah, you should be happy to stay at home and just have family, and that should be if I was rich, I'm not going to work. I'm staying with my wife and my children, and we're gonna travel, and we're gonna enjoy life, and we're gonna do good for the community.
With your little dick self.
You say that.
What can
You
I
say
do?
that. Yeah. And I'm assuming that a lot of the broke people that were that got rich probably thought something like that as well. But then when they're rich, they still go to work. It's like they still do just as much, maybe even more.
Those people that were broke and made themselves rich clearly had a work ethic that I don't have.
Yeah,
I'm
but
lazy.
I'm saying that
I'm
like,
lazy.
They said they wanted to make sure that their family was set, but then they continue to work
Afterwards,
more and more and more. Somebody like Beyonce, and it works incredibly hard. She got 3 kids. She works incredibly hard.
They enjoy what they're doing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So sometimes it's not a case of that people are working to provide for their children. They're
Yeah,
just
they have
working
a
because they like
purpose.
it.
But for me, I think that's what it should be. I don't think you should be leaving your children at home when you can afford to be at home with your child. Why are you going? What are you working for?
Because
And Jay-Z, by the way. I don't want to seem like it's one-sided.
Because at the end of the day, we're all given talents, right?
Yeah.
And talents is not just to make money. You have a talent set for a purpose.
Okay, I'm
Don't
talking.
you do
I'm talking about just going like doing banking. You're making
Yeah,
not good.
Yeah, but then there's
no,
a difference
that's
between a job and a
different.
career. So
Okay,
So those
sorry,
people
go on.
those people who continue working, as you're saying, it's a career, it's a passion. You do something, it make you feel good. You have, as a parent, I have so much more purpose than being just my son's mom. I have so much other things to be doing at the same time.
Well, that's the most important thing.
But also because feeding your soul and your spirit is beneficial to your children. Because if you are a fulfilled parent, you are a better parent. Because if you come home from work vexed, or you are undersexed, or you whatever, you're gonna be a shitty parent. Your child is gonna say, "Mom, what?" You know what I mean? You have to fulfill yourself as well in order to be a good parent.
Hold on. Who told you to come here and talk sense?
Nah, you're very right in that. I think that is a case that you still need to feel happy about yourself and who you are, but I don't know if I could balance that against not being with your child. I don't know, but I don't have a child.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. The balance is there. That let me put there should be more of a balance into it. Then it shouldn't be the type of person where you can provide really easy for your children. You have all this money in the bank, but yet you're still spending 18-hour days at work.
Yeah,
Nah,
your child
foolishness,
shouldn't grow up saying, "I didn't see my dad." Like there's a lot of celebrities' children that's resenting their dad or their mums, both of them, because I didn't see my dad. Yes, I was born rich. Yes, I had all the money in the world, but I don't know my dad.
People are never happy anyway.
He was on tour for 6, 7, 8 months of the year. I saw him, and then when he was back, he was in the studio.
Like
Do you know what I mean?
the nanny was my parent.
Yeah, and it's sad that people have this desire and urge to constantly go out and make money and forget about their child at home. It's crazy for me. So if a man wants to stay at home and look after his child, I'm not the one telling him not to do that, boy. Go and stay at home.
A lot of these
some men are better parents than women, eh? Not all women are maternal. People have to remember that. Sometimes
real
fathers
though.
are better at parenting.
All this sense. All this sense. So go on, you're gonna say something, so
I lost my train of thought. I can't remember what I was
The
going to say.
dub plate messed up his brain.
Shout out
That was a proper dub plate.
Old man behaviors, man.
You was talking about parenting.
anything that bigs up a man, you're there.
Lot of mercy.
Listen, the idea of larging up black men, I'm all for it.
She didn't say black man.
That's what I am about in it. In past episodes, I'm all for my black men and women. There's too much bashing of my people, and I don't like it.
That actor, anything to say?
no, I'm good.
Okay, I think let me just throw this one out there very quickly. Quick thing: do men dress for women and do women dress for men? Especially
I
seeing
would
as we have a
love
woman
to
here.
hear what your men have to
Because
say about that
there was a
one.
tweet that somebody wrote, and they said, as a woman, what did she said? She don't dress for. What did she say?
She told a male friend or somebody that 95% of women don't dress for men.
They dress for other women.
They dress for other women.
To
They dress for
compete.
comfort. They dress for how bloated they feel. They dress for
She went through a list, and she
She went
basically
through a
said that man is the last thing on their mind.
yeah. The list didn't even include man.
Okay.
And I said, nah, that's a lie.
All right, so do
Sometimes
you
they
dress for women?
attention.
Do I dress for women?
Yeah.
I don't.
Neither do
I don't.
I don't. I mean, for me, I like.
Well,
Mr. Wolf said he doesn't dress for women. Why are you lying? Are you lying? Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Oh, no. You liar.
Do you know what I'm gonna do here? Do you know what I should do? Do you know what I should do? I should take that microphone and bash it on your head top, bro. Proper bash it on your scalp. He's mad.
You said it so nonchalantly as well.
Do you know
Mind your
why?
head, bro. Mind your head.
You said it so nonchalantly. Like it,
Mind your head, bruv. You're gonna bang your head on the
don't break
thing.
this.
No. Don't mind your head.
His back is actually gone as well, you know. Mr. Wolf.
why you fighting, man?
No, because
you
he
know
said
what?
he doesn't dress for women.
And you don't know
This,
Mr. Wolf.
this
course I
man,
don't dress for
you
women.
don't know him. This man here is the original sweet boy.
Don't
The
listen to him.
original sweet
You
boy.
know what?
You know them man that used to wear ballet shoes? Yeah, them guy there.
Don't listen to them, you know, Fiona.
Shiny, it was shiny shoes, bro.
Shining,
Shiny
yeah.
shoes.
They shiny and they long.
This
Yes.
is the encore.
Don't listen to
All
them.
right, Mr. Wolf, on a level. Are you
Don't-
saying that women don't even come into your peripheral when you're thinking about how you dress? You don't think to yourself, I want to look good, so women can think I look
let's
good.
fully acknowledge
No.
it. Stav is dead.
No, at all. Not ever at all.
Nah, but like,
Stav is dead.
like what was said in with women and what they dress for. Men is at the bottom of that. Stavros is going mad because he believes that I dress for women, and that's not the case. I don't care how much he laughs or how crazy he is, how much weight he's lost in the past 30 seconds or 1 minute. You get me? I don't dress for women. I like to dress and look good. I like my suits.
To
you
look
know,
good for
I like-
what reason?
For myself.
So if women didn't think you look good, you wouldn't have any problem with that.
I would not care less because I know that I look good. I don't need a woman to justify me, bruv.
You
get
sound
me?
like a woman there.
I don't need no man to
no.
validate me.
My brethren,
Why you rolling
my brethren, big up,
I felt.
my brethren, big up Gory, and Stavros knows Gory. He is probably the best dressed person that I know.
Gory's immaculate.
You understand? So even today when I saw him, his suit, the way that he, his stature
I'm
and
certain,
everything.
pretty certain. If Gory
But-
thought that women didn't think he looked good, he'll be annoyed by that.
I don't think he would be, bruv.
I bet.
I would bet that he would not give a toss.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm telling you, all us, and I'm gonna say us because I always say Gory is the only man I know that dresses better than me. Yeah.
Bruv, I'm
but
just better than you.
no, you don't.
Yeah,
But
It's all right.
irrespective, anyways.
Maybe we compete with each other, innit?
Okay, but I say all men that are like that very much take pride in what they wear. When they go out, they want to look good, especially to functions.
Mhm.
They're not doing it 100% solely for themselves, and they're lying if they say they are. I'm not saying that I don't want to look good for myself, yeah. But if in and of myself, I can only put it this way: it's only in comparison to everyone else. You don't dress in isolation, yeah.
I wouldn't say that I'm lying, bro. I'm trying to dig deep and really think hard about this, and to think of the idea of me dressing to so a woman can tell me that I look good, or
Women.
Not tell you.
women.
We'll come again.
No. Women will tell me that I look good because I know that I look good, but I don't. I don't dress and put on a bata or shoe or shokoto or my tie or whatever for them. I like a suit, a tie, or a pair of trousers, a pair of jeans, a pair of trainers because I like them, and that's it.
All right, okay. So let's continue because I want to get to Fiona and hear her point of view, but she wanted to hear the men's verse first. Sorry, sorry, I'm still finished. That actor.
I dress for me. I clearly dress for me. I mean, if I look good, I look good. If I don't, I don't. Why are you still continuing to laugh?
Because Wala did a face that I don't think I've ever seen him do.
What are you doing, bro?
You look like that Keenan gif. Go on.
Did you want to say something, Wala?
I think everybody's just chatting shit here, but go on.
Why, do you dress for women?
I think, yeah, if I want to look good. If I'm dressing to look good, I want every woman in that place to think I look good.
So you look good for yourself. If everybody else thinks you look good, then it's fine.
No, but it's also
But that's
including
you
them.
though, bruv.
Oh. No, I think everyone's like that. I think if you really thought you looked the shit and you walked out and everyone else thought you looked like shit, that would affect you.
No, so it's saying, are you putting on clothes
I wouldn't care
exclusively
less,
to have a woman say, "Oh my God, you look fantastic"?
No.
But
But in saying that I don't dress for women to look at me and think I look good is bullshit.
No, I don't agree.
All right,
I don't agree.
you guys, because I'm leaving Simple Simon. Simple Simon is one of the few people that when he says he doesn't, I'm not putting him in the same box as the rest of us.
He's got long hair though, so that's what he does.
If you were, before we get to Fiona,
That's part of his clothes.
if you put on clothes, you look in the mirror, you look wicked. Yeah, as far as you're concerned, you look Chris. Some of the best you've ever seen. When you go out, let's say for some reason everybody could tell you their opinion that you're asking or whatever, people are telling you, and everybody says, I'm not impressed with what you're wearing. It doesn't look good. Everybody, not some, everybody, man and woman. Are you still saying that you think by the time you've come home and those 100 people have said you don't look good, that you still think you look good?
That's a complete extreme, though, isn't it? I can't even fathom the idea of that happening.
But
One, that's their opinion. They're entitled to their opinion.
yeah, okay, it's only their
For
opinion.
me, it's my opinion. If I think I look good, then I look good. If I don't look good, then I don't look good.
Okay, so you still think you look good after everyone told you don't?
Yeah.
And
Because I'm not dressing for anybody else. I'm dressing for myself.
Okay, Mr. Wolf.
I don't know, bro.
Because the reason I ask is because everyone's opinion does have an effect on you. You can't say that I'm only doing it for myself. Nobody else's opinion matters.
It's not going to make me run home and change. I'm,
Not
oh my God, I've got to
necessarily.
go home and change.
If you're a confident person, you can still go home and say, "Boy, I thought I looked good."
And it's all
But
about
everybody else
confidence.
And I think that that's what it is, because I'm an extremely confident person. I think you know that. I've been to places before, and I've blatantly been the best dressed person there. You know,
he said blatantly, like it's no competition.
No, I have.
You seem to forget who I am.
It's
Hello,
not.
hello and welcome to the 2002 Sweet Boy Olympics. And
You know, it's just
the reigning champion,
It's just the
Mr.
way it
Wolf.
is.
Just round
You know,
this
I
out.
it's just the way that it has been on occasions, and I haven't picked out this outfit, this suit, or this trousers, so I can get that justification from.
So
the
you
people.
you don't wear clothes to feel attractive.
To feel attractive, I wear clothes to look good. That word attractive, man.
You can't say that I walked into a room and I was the best dressed person there without comparing yourself to everybody else there.
That's
okay,
true.
so you're comparing.
So
What's
then-
that got to do with me wanting a woman to tell me that I look good?
I didn't say about wanting to tell you, but you want to know that you look good to
I
other
don't
people.
want to know.
So why were you comparing yourself to everyone else?
How's I compare myself?
Because
For you to say
you
that
made
I
a
was the
contrast
best dressed person there, because I did the same thing myself. Yeah,
you have to have
you
assessed
have
everybody.
to have you have to have assessed and compared yourself to everyone else.
Okay,
You don't compare because there's certain things in life, Mr. Wolf, that I'm sure
No,
you
but
don't even
carry on.
compare yourself to. I can't think of a situation now, but I'm sure there are situations that you are so ultra confident and you're so within yourself,
Like me saying I'm better looking than 85% of people in the face.
that you do not even compare yourself to anybody else. It is solely about what I'm doing.
Go on,
yeah?
I'm waiting for you
Now
to land
the minute you can you saying no, that my reference on how good or well dressed I am. Now me and you were just arguing with each other. I dress better than you. No, you dress better than me. Yeah, yeah. We're not doing that because we don't look at the other person and size them up. We do.
Okay.
So I've assessed that. I think one thing, and you've assessed another thing. You make this assessment because you're comparing.
Yeah, but the original question was, do you dress to
For
a woman? And the answer is no.
Okay. All right. Let me not laugh anymore. Fiona, what do you think about this? Do you dress to impress men? Because I think women dress to impress men in general, and vice versa as well. I'm not saying it's just a woman thing.
Okay, I'll give you a scenario that happened to me last week. I wasn't wearing anything sexy. I was wearing like a white trousers and a white shirt and a white head tie, right? Yardy, you know.
I was wearing a white trousers.
White trousers, a white shirt, and a white tie. You said.
A white head tie, right?
Oh, head tie. Okay.
Yeah,
It's good.
right. And I was getting compliments from women and men that day.
All right.
And it was, it gassed me up. I was feeling good. I come home, I say, well, boy, I must have been looking, right? And made me think about it, because it was even like white men too complimented me, and they never do. They don't see me, right?
They just saw white.
That's interesting.
'Cause they just saw white because you was all in white.
I don't know. Just maybe I appeal to them.
Brazil.
Whatever, right? But
Sometimes it's
I
hard.
think for
to be a
okay.
woman.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I think women, it depends on the situation where they go in. Okay? Because like you're saying in the tweet, the woman said if you bloated, like, and your belly feeling big, you're not going to be putting on something sexy. You're going to put on something airy and floaty and try and still be feminine but not sexy. Okay?
But
there are different
attractive,
variants.
But to look attractive though still.
Yeah, but you see, okay, for example, back to that day when people were sending complimenting me or whatever. Women take compliments from other women more to heart. We feel it's more genuine
Than from men.
than from men, because you think a man is just sexualizing you, right? But if a woman says, "Oh, you look really nice today," you will believe them
Do
because,
you know what? You've got a point there. 100%.
right? If
this sense.
yeah, because a woman who's giving you a compliment is not, because it's not like they're trying to get something.
Because
They don't have an ulterior motive.
Unless she says under her breath,
I've been
bitch.
No, I've been
You
out.
look nice today, bitch.
I've been out on many occasions, yeah, and I've seen someone that looks dapper, a guy, and I've said, you know what, bruv, where did you get that blazer? You look bad. And I've had that vice versa from another guy.
I want one for
and
myself.
I've got that from them, and
Why are you
I felt
laughing
a
at the
little
man?
better than I would from an actual woman. And that's why I co-sign what she actually says. That when a guy has come and told me that I look good, I felt, nice one, my brother.
I think women dress for other women as well as dressing for men. I think it's a split. I don't think that is the case that they don't dress for men though. That's bullshit. But I do think that they also dress to be in competition with other women. But I also
personally dress out of expression.
that too.
So that's,
Okay.
but that's just me because I artsy or whatever. But you know, not everyone thinks the way I do.
But even your
Right,
expression is to say,
this is who I am.
if you're gonna, this is who I am. And
Peacocking.
if you want to be, if you want to be part of my aura, if you want to be part of my circumference and in my circle, you have to accept and be and understand that this is who I am. And I'm gonna assume that if you do, maybe you're gonna be one of those type of people as well. It's like an advert for yourself. So you can judge somebody by how they. You can't judge people by how they dress. Well, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So when you see these people dressing IE, that's when I feel like, for me, being as a type of IE person, even though I don't necessarily dress that way, it's like, well, maybe this is somebody I can have a conversation with before they've even opened their mouth. Just from the head tie and the big frock with tons of colors. I'll be like, yeah, that's my kind of person. Until I talk to them and they don't like me. But you know,
that men.
Yeah, we're around it.
That men complimenting other men.
Yes.
Does that segue into one of the questions?
No, we're done, man.
Oh,
But what was the question?
Somebody did that to me in
I
the
think it
gym
was
the other day.
something about how do men or adults make new friends or something like that.
I'll bring that up.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
That's
It's
a
all
long
good.
conversation.
Yes, it is. All right, so we are done. Unless anyone wants to wrap up on this last little topic.
Can I just ask a question? You
Go on.
sang that song about no, it's not long. But you said that song about what's the song you were singing?
Sometimes it's hard to be a woman.
Sing the next bar.
Can't remember the next part.
In the bar, something
Or
like
just something about just loving
Give it-
one man.
Giving
kind
all
of
your
actual
love
business is that?
Hard
to
day to
just
day to love
one
man.
man.
what kind of actual business is that?
Hello, how you mean? But
So what? We can't have one man and I love one man. So you have to be spreading your love to every other man. It's hard.
no, because
Sometimes it's
people give you
hard.
different,
different types of
I
love.
think
no,
maybe there's
no,
more
not
to it
different
than that.
types of loving, but at the end of the day, not you cannot get everything from one person.
Imagine if a man said the song and said it's hard to be a man, giving my things to watch one woman. You
Well,
think
yeah,
that
so
would
they
be-
have all kind of songs and man singing that already.
and they'll be vexed.
Oh Lord, don't let her find me cheating was that song? Oh, that reggae
Shaggy.
Oh no,
No.
the reggae one. I know. Yeah.
I'm not dealing with them man. Them man are different
You
breed
know
than them
what?
though.
Okay, see, if you listen to the rest of the lyrics, then it makes sense. Sometimes it's hard to be a woman, giving all your love to just one man. You'll have bad times, and he'll have good times doing things that you don't understand. So,
Yeah, good times taking other woman.
so did you hear that? You will have bad times. He will have good times, not we.
So that was
So, yeah.
when them times where he was quick in it.
So he is.
I had a good time, baby.
Them times when he was
It
quick,
could be.
boy.
That's
It
what
could
the
be.
song
It could
saying.
be a
yeah.
domestic violence song.
Remember this? Do you know the title of this song?
Stand by your mum,
Yeah.
Dolly Parton.
So this is the exact opposite of what you're saying, because I think that it goes on for all the lyrics is saying the man is doing this, the man is doing that,
He's fuckery.
and then
Yeah,
the
but you
chorus
have to stand
the
by him.
chorus says stand
by
by,
your
your man. So it's the exact opposite of what you're saying.
Listen to the woman then. Listen to her then.
This is why you have to put things
In perspective and
in
context.
Yes.
One
No, ma-
friend.
Shout
No,
out
in fact, carry on.
Eatery. You sure?
It's a completely different subject.
That's
I have to stand by my
that's
man
his
with a
MO.
small dick and
Sorry?
his $1 billion.
Yes, stand by your man.
You know what? We
Dick is
need,
small.
we need to call this the $1 billion penis episode.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. And we did not talk about the Avengers, you know.
That's all right.
That's all right. That's all right.
Damn.
It's weeks old now. Anyways.
All right.
Okay, we're done. Let's go around and say our church notes and goodbye. And seeing as Mr. Wolf was so eager, let him do it again.
Yeah, why not? Twitter, aka _ Mr. Wolf.
I'm sorry.
They're just waiting for me to fuck up.
Waiting for you
right?
to fuck up, bro.
This is what I told you. Uniform your social medias.
Instagram is aka Mr.
Mr.
Wolf. Catch me on there, and yeah, man.
Holler at him because he's making an effort to be more social on social media.
That's what I'm saying.
So help him out and join him up, please.
Mhm.
That actor.
What's going on, people? Twitter, DATACTOR, that actor. Instagram, DATACTOR, that actor. That.
Two different ones. I think
No.
no clock.
That.
No, it's
not,
because
not
it's-
that.
Because he spells it like a black
Different
person.
how we.
No, because we
says
spelled it twice. I was just wondering whether not those different ones.
I'm sure somebody's brought up the fact that they were looking for you and they couldn't find you. And it's like,
Who said that?
I'm just asking because you never used to spell it. And I was always like, you should, in my head, I was thinking, why don't you spell it? Because people spell like English and you don't spell like
People
English.
spell like an English.
Yes. Big Wahala.
At Big Wahala on Twitter, at Big Wahala on Insta. Make sure you find yourself at One Stop Dreadlock on Hornsley Road for your dreadlock needs.
Give a bit more effort in there, man.
No, you just
What's wrong with you? Every time I do
Drizzled
something, you
that
lot
out.
wanna come and say something. Just leave the thing. That's how I said it, innit?
no enthusiasm.
Then when I get you're so hyper. What's you know?
If you wanna come and
Somebody
get your
backed
hair
me the
done.
other day. You know, somebody backed me the other day about you
Come
lot
here,
slander about how I'm aggressive. Slander.
Hang on
aggressive
1 second.
now, bruv.
1 second. Fiona, would you class him as aggressive?
Passionate.
Oh,
there?
okay.
See?
But
Aggressive.
there is aggression in passion.
No,
No,
there's passion and there's aggression.
I like the way you finesse that as well.
Thank you.
Good block.
I haven't done anything aggressive on this podcast.
Simple Simon.
At Simple Simon FB on Twitter. I don't have Instagrams. I want to have one shout out for another music video that came out this week that was a banger, and I don't think it's getting as much love as it should. It's a song by Lioness called DBT Remix that has all of the female UK MCs on it.
All of them, yeah.
Well,
Every single one of
not
them.
every single one of them, but
There's 5 plus her in it. There's 6 in total.
6 or 7. I think it might be 7.
I don't think it's even 7.
But either way, like it's a banging video. I shouldn't have said all of them. You're right. But Faces You Know and Bar for Bar, they're hard.
It's got a couple of old school.
It's got Shiesty on there.
Shiesty,
Shiesty, Shush,
Shiesty
Lady
and Shush.
Leisha,
Can you
Lioness. Who the other one?
And
there?
is it DZ or who? She plays the guitar.
Little Sims.
Yeah. I mean that's it. And you said Lady Lisha, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I think there's one more I'm missing. But anyway, go on.
Well, oh, you're done.
Yeah, I'm done with it.
That's it. Finish.
Okay. I'm Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss everywhere. I'm not going to do a Stavros Says today because I haven't thought of one. So, Fiona, would you like to promote anything? Give your social media out. Tell the people how to contact you, holler at you.
Yeah, the best place to get me is on Instagram, which is Fiona758. That's FIONA 758. I also have a separate Instagram account that's called Know Your Caribbean. So what it is that I'm like a history fanatic, and I feel like it kind of stemming on like the things we're talking about, like how having our parents tell you I love you and kind of enforce affection and things like that. My thing is like if we knew like cool things about like our history, like I think our mindset would be very different. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to like promote like our history, but like in short, like fun, like interactive little Instagram posts, and just find
okay.
things
That's
like
good.
so like one of my hashtags for Know Your Caribbean is like Chronicles of the Caribbean Bad Man and Chronicles of the Caribbean Bad Girl. So I'm finding like revolutionaries like from our history and just giving like short posts about them. So it's like about people like Walter Rodney and like Toussaint Louverture and all the kind of thing that we don't know about, but it's like just to give your timeline a little bit more.
Yeah, we should not talk about Rihanna
Substance.
people.
Oh,
Nah.
man.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hold on, you haven't
just-
given the actual name out. Come on.
Oh,
I want
it's-
to follow.
It's at Know Your Caribbean. No KNOW
Okay.
YOUR
And-
Caribbean.
And your top has the name Toussaint Bookman.
Yeah,
on there,
it has.
and
It
I
has.
think that I mentioned that I was gonna say who that is.
Yeah.
If I'm not, well, he is the guy that led the revolution for Haiti's independence.
Yeah.
Him and the other guy was Dessalines, right?
Yeah. So it's like
There you go.
yeah. So my shirt says I am Toussaint Bookman, Dessalines, and it's like Capois
Dessalines,
and
yeah.
Cecile. So it's like five of the people who were part of the Haitian Revolution, which
Was
So-
the first.
is the only successful slave revolution within the Western Hemisphere, and therefore it was a catalyst for
All the other ones. Yeah.
so many more rebellions across
Around
the
the world.
Caribbean and down to South America and everything. They are very, very important.
Toussaint Bookman.
Yeah, Haiti
your
doesn't
research,
get
man.
enough love.
Do
man.
your research.
All of this
Yeah.
stuff you didn't talk about on the podcast, you know.
Yeah, we didn't get. They were talking about small dicks and things. You know? It's like,
You were happy to speak about it, though, innit?
yeah, you can have me back and again. I'll give you a whole rundown and stuff.
Yes, we will do. We will
Yeah,
do.
man, I love that.
Okay. So you can catch us collectively at ESN Podcasts on all your social medias. Search for Eloquently Saying Nothing on Facebook. If you want to email us, it's esnpodcast@gmail.com. Please holler at us everywhere. Use the hashtag ESNPod for all your comments when you're on social so we can find it and respond. We will respond. We do like talking to you, so you can answer the question about the big penis, small penis. Women, I especially want to hear from you. Do people dress? Do you think everyone dresses for other people, or do you dress for yourself? You know, were you laughing at Mr. Wolf too? Just coming through just through the microphone, you know this person wasn't telling you the truth. So, you know, hashtag ESN Pod. Let us know what you're thinking, and we will holler at you. Thank you very much. Episode 72 is done. Fiona, thank you very much for coming through.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, peace.
It's not too late to vote for us for the British Podcast Awards, www.britishpodcastawards. Check us out. People, you ain't saying nothing, say more.
Flag for life.
When is